college will get the final word on their financial assistance. Many may not realize that they can appeal their case early in the process. Well, Sheila Steinbeck is here now with some tips on how to bargain. You can really bargain for financial assistance.
You can bargain for anything, Janice, as you know. And the first word on how much a student can expect comes a few weeks after that college acceptance comes in the mail. At that point, many believe they have to look elsewhere to scramble for more money. Well, I met a student and her parent who decided the college's offer was not good enough. And here's what they did. Nicole Graham is leading her classmates in the funky dance she choreographed for their dance club. The 17-year-old senior graduates from the elite, prestigious Greenwich Academy in Connecticut this spring, and the only college she wants to attend is Union College in upstate New York.
Union's about 3 hours away, so it's far enough away from home and close enough to come home when I want to. So it met all my qualifications.
Nicole Graham and her public school principal mom, Charlotte Robertson, have come to expect the best from education. The family has spent thousands of dollars to send Nicole to Greenwich Academy with its rigorous academic standards. They've heard that Union College has a similar environment, but it costs $26,000 a year for tuition, room, board, and fees.
At first they gave me a small amount, then they were able to up the package a bit so that we could afford it.
What the family did was go back and made their case for Union College to consider coming up with more financial assistance.
I talked to other people and they said you have to bargain. You have to really call the school and talk to them about getting extra financial aid from them.
What a family should understand, colleges admit more people and give more aid, and they really have, because they know not everybody's going to come. So they're playing a guessing game themselves. If they know you're really eager to attend that institution, they're going to try to help.
College consultant Howard Green recommended that Nicole Graham consider Union College. She's dancing for joy that the school wants her, and now she and her mother, who is divorced, want the school to know how much Nicole wants to attend this small liberal arts college.
I know what I'm able to give, I know what I'm able to borrow, and I knew I needed the extra aid.
Nicole received more help as the college identified loans for her and her mother. They also found a work-study program for the senior. The message for every middle class or even upper middle class family is the offer of financial assistance from a college may not be the best a college can do. But of course, the family of a student won't know that until they go back and ask for more help.
You may not win, but you have a right to call, in this case, the admissions office and talk with them and find out what was missing in my profile, in my application credentials that led you to turn me down, because this is the school I really want to come to.
Union's my first choice. I'm really excited to go.
Well, the more the college helps out, the more important it becomes for Nicole to keep up her grades while she's attending school. But they've made it possible for Nicole to attend the school of her choice, Union College, Janice.
And we wish her a lot of luck. That was a big feat right there. What did you know about the college before you even applied for financial aid?
Well, you should know about their endowment, just how well set they are to give out more money. In Nicole's case, Union College had actually given her the most that it could afford, which is about $3,000. But the colleges are trustees of federal loans and other low-cost loans, so they were able to find that and give that to her and her mother to help them out.
Is there any kind of special technique to get more money out of them?
Well, you wouldn't do it the way I would do it. Hey, this isn't enough money. You should just pretty much call up and be persuasive and gentle about it and really encourage the fact that the child really wants to go to the school, and can you please help us out?
Ask it a nice way.
Right.
Make it
Tone is everything.
Sheila Steinbeck, thanks very much. Good luck, Nicole. And now it's back to you, Sue.
Okay, Janice, speaking of financial aid, how would you like a job where you can make millions of dollars each year? Some captains of industry are raking in big bucks. In our Money Talk personal finance segment, Alan Chernoff takes a look at what some top CEOs earned and whether or not they're worth every penny, from the pages of Business Week magazine.
$203 million. That's how much Michael Eisner, chief executive of the Walt Disney Company, took home last year. In fact, it's nearly 4 times what the second highest paid CEO earned, Sanford Weill of Travelers Corporation, at $53 million. But Eisner's salary alone was actually below average for top CEOs, just $750,000. Virtually all of his earnings came from cashing in stock options that had soared in value since the mid-'80s.
It was the result of creating billions upon billions in new value from a company that was literally flat on its back.
In other words, it was performance-related pay, and that's now the trend in executive compensation.
Compensation committees are taking their responsibilities increasingly to heart in terms of looking at that relationship between executive pay and the performance of the company.
Though the numbers remain astronomical, with average pay for CEOs of major companies at $3.8 million, according to Businessweek, the biggest bucks go to those who deliver for shareholders. Why is executive pay increasingly tied to performance? In part, it's a response to shareholder outrage in recent years. It's also a reaction to new Securities and Exchange Commission rules that require companies to detail exactly what top executives are getting paid and why. For the second year, companies are spelling it all out in their proxy statements, their compensation philosophy, option grants, even a chart of stock performance relative to peers. In fact, last year, some executives whose companies had bad years took salary cuts. Roy Vagelos of Merck, down 11%, and John Ammerman, chief executive of Mattel, took a 41% pay cut. And corporations now have even more incentive to tie pay to performance. The Internal Revenue Service has now capped at $1 million the corporate deductibility of salaries. Alan Chernoff, Money Tonight, New York.
And joining me now to discuss these astronomical CEO salaries is John Byrne. He's the senior writer of Businessweek magazine. Welcome to Money Tonight, John.
Thank you.
So when is too much too much? I mean, $203 million, what do you do with that kind of money? And do CEOs does anybody deserve to make that kind of money?
Well, I think shareholders are increasingly willing to accept that the sky is the limit if they get some of the pie. And in Disney's case, it seems to be the case. Although, you know, you've got to ask, what about the other stakeholders in the company? What about the employees who haven't seen nearly any kind of rewards like this? And others who make Disney the success it is, not only Eisner. There used to be a debate that entrepreneurs are worth their money, and no one begrudged Sam Walton his billions or Bill Gates at Microsoft his billions, because the theory was, here they built these companies from scratch, they generated employment for thousands of people, and they poured in their sweat equity into the firm. But Eisner's something of a different case in a way, because he's a professional manager. You expect good performance, and you expect him to get paid for it.
Now, it used to be that we didn't even see these figures. We didn't know what they were making to a great extent, because some of it was stock options and things like that.
And a lot of income was hidden, right?
Right. What about, why the disclosure, and what impact has that had on shareholder rights?
I think it's had a bigger impact in the boardroom. You know, once directors know that what they reward the CEO and other top officers of the company is well known and easily accessible by shareholders, they're a little more careful about what they hand out. So directors are becoming a lot more tougher in the boardroom about what the packages are, and they're really tying them to performance like they never did before.
There's also big gaps, though. I mean, Eisner really, he made almost as much in compensation as Disney made, period. When you look at that, then there's a huge gap between what he made and the next lowest or next highest paid CEO. Do you see the gap narrowing at all in the near future?
No. I mean, in the future, what we're going to see is even greater variability in pay. There'll be huge spikes given to significant performers. And there'll be this sort of winner-takes-all mentality where a handful will get the lion's share, and the other people in the business world who may only be marginally less able will get much less.
Okay. Thank you, John. John Byrne has been our guest. He's the senior writer of Businessweek magazine. Back to you, Janice.
Sue, did you cheat on your taxes last week?
Absolutely not.
That's good to hear. Would you cheat if you could? Our consumer health editor, Steve Gundell, is here with the psychology of taxes and the rest of today's consumer health news. Did you?
Never.
Never.
Never. But I get into trouble anyway. It doesn't matter. We're also going to talk about genetically engineered French fries. You like that one?
Yeah.
But first, the University of Indiana surveyed nearly 700 people and asked if it's wrong to cheat on your taxes. And not surprisingly, most of the people, nearly 3/4, said yes, cheating is wrong. But listen to this. When the same people were given a scenario where it would be possible to cheat on their taxes, for example, prize winnings that would not be reported to the government, then 60% of the people said they might not tell the tax collector. They just might keep the money for themselves. The researchers conclude most of the time we pay our taxes because our earnings are reported to the government, and hey, the IRS already knows. But given the opportunity to cheat, we just might change our tune. Okay, folks, you ready? Pop quiz, true or false? With medical costs going up and increasing pressure to hold payments down, hospitals are hurting. Right? Guess again. In 1992, hospital profits went up 18% over the year before, and were heading up even further in 1993. That's according to a report compiled by the People's Medical Society, a consumer group based in Pennsylvania. Hospitals may actually lose money on direct inpatient care, but they seem to make it up elsewhere in more efficiency. Last year, we spoke to Alan Channing at New York Downtown Hospital about relying more on outpatient services.
It reduces both the capital demand for hospital beds and the staff support to take care of those patients in bed, so reducing the overall healthcare expenditure.
On the other hand, some hospitals couldn't take the pressure. 50 closed in 1992. But that could be good news for consumers. People's Medical Society says a hospital in rocky fiscal position may give you substandard care. Now, health reform proposals being talked about are supposed to give hospitals a further break with things like electronic billing, computerized records, and new information systems. But the People's Medical Society says all of that will require an upfront investment before the hospitals see savings. As always, it takes money to make money. Well, finally, you've no doubt heard about new genetically engineered vegetables and perhaps the controversy that surrounds them. You know, tomatoes that stay ripe, strawberries that resist mold. It can all save money by increasing crop yields. But did you know that scientists are also working on genetically altered potatoes? Yes, the Mayo Clinic Health Letter says with increased starch, the potatoes would absorb 30% less fat when converted into those French fries, 30% less fat. You like that? Well, genetics or no, the frying still has to be done manually. They won't jump into the fat themselves.
And when are we going to see these reduced calorie fries?
Mayo Clinic Health Letter says probably around the year 2000, if consumers accept them. They don't like anything, you know, connected with genetic changes. So.
Okay, but we like reduced fat. Thanks
Yes.
very much, Steve Kendall. Coming up, Dick DeBartolo will be here with some environmentally green gadgets.
And these fine feathered friends are up on the auction block. We'll tell you why when we come back.
This is a Gold MasterCard, okay? Sure, it's got a credit line of at least $5,000, but it won't settle any unresolved issues from your childhood. Well, maybe it could. I mean, no Gold card is more accepted on the planet, so you can take your parents to dinner practically anywhere and say, Mom, Dad, you raised me, I owe you a steak. And it might be smart to buy them a grandfather clock to replace the one you demolished when you were 8. And if this one gets broken, the Master Purchase Plan can replace it. So, I guess a Gold MasterCard could resolve some childhood issues. Wow, Gold MasterCard. It's more than a Gold card. It's smart money.
There's millions of people out there who manage their own money. At Waterhouse, I think we are particularly proud that our commission rates are among the lowest of any nationwide discount broker. You take a trade of 200 shares at $25. Schwab will charge you $89. Fidelity charges $88.50. And Quick & Riley charges $60.50. Our commission is $35. That's a big difference.
See how much Waterhouse can save you. Call this number now for this free brochure.
Price may bring a lot of customers in the door of Waterhouse Securities, but what keeps them here is service. We can execute a market order within 3 to 6 seconds. We provide a free Standard & Poor's stock guide. We offer 500 to 600 no-load mutual funds. We're a member of the New York Stock Exchange. We have 57 offices around the country. We give them the price, we bring them in the door, and then we give them outstanding service.
Call this number for a free brochure comparing rates and services and start saving money now.
Tonight on Rivera Live, the investigation continues into alleged cover-up and the Gulf War syndrome. How did an incredible military victory turn into a nightmare of illness for thousands of our soldiers and veterans? The search for answers continues tonight on Rivera Live.
All aluminum cans are recyclable, and almost 2/3 of them are being recycled. All across the country, groups of people are joining together to participate in a Great Aluminum Can Roundup. To find out how your group can participate, call toll-free for a Great Aluminum Can Roundup starter kit.
Find out why finding the perfect house begins with people like Allison Wood of Coldwell Banker, who found the best house for Jim Miller, who recommended her to Denise Cruz, who forgot Jim's birthday but remembered to recommend Coldwell Banker to the Hirschfelds, who discovered they were having twins. You can meet the people people recommend at the Coldwell Banker Spring Open House Celebration going on now. It's a good sign when people recommend people. Coldwell Banker. Expect the best.
This program is sponsored by Coldwell Banker. It's a good sign when people recommend people. Expect the best.
If you're going mortgage shopping, it's more complicated than ever. Here to sort out the mortgage mess is our real estate correspondent, Bob Pisani.
Hi, Janice. You know, yesterday we were talking about those crazy adjustable rate mortgages and some 40-year fixed rate mortgages, wacky mortgages as I'm calling them, and it's very difficult to decide what to do. It's a tough question to answer, in fact. In a period where interest rates are rising, how do you find the mortgage that's right for you? Well, fortunately, there are several publications available that will help you sort through that maze. One of the best is put out by the federal government, believe it or not. It's called How to Buy a Home with a Low Down Payment. Now, you can get a copy by writing to the Consumer Information Center in Pueblo, Colorado. The brochure also contains a simple worksheet that helps determine how much you can afford to buy a home. Now, another big issue is how to hire a real estate agent. Most agents still represent the sellers, but growing numbers are representing buyers. And you can get all of this explained to you by getting a copy of the brochure, Buying a Home, What Buyers and Sellers Need to Know About Real Estate Agents. It, too, is free. It's available by sending a self-addressed stamped envelope to AARP. That is the American Association of Retired Persons, Box Home, 601 E Street Northwest, Washington, D.C., 249. And please remember, enclose a self-addressed stamped envelope. You know, Janice, we have been getting tons of calls about these unusual mortgages that we've been talking about. A lot of people confused about what they are. A lot of people confused that their lenders may not be offering them because they're very exotic instruments. Getting brochures like this are going to help people sort out the facts
The
and
wackiness
figure
that's
out
going on right
what's
now.
going on. This rising interest rate environments, the lenders are offering all sorts of strange products, basically designed to get people in there and into a home.
Thanks very much, Bob Pisani. And the friendly skies just became a bit cheaper. We'll tell you where the bargains are. Stay with us.
This is CNBC.
This program is sponsored by the Burger Funds.
I'm Bill Berger, president of the Burger Funds. There's one thing I've learned in over 40 years of experience. Everyone has to climb their own mountain. Some are headed towards retirement. Others want to put their kids through college, build a home, a business. You could be reaching for your goals with the Burger Funds.
Morningstar, an independent research firm, has awarded the Burger 100 and the Burger 101 Fund the top 5-star overall rating for risk-adjusted performance as of January 31st, 1994.
I'm Rod Linnefelter, Vice President of the Burger Funds. The first step up your mountain is easy. You can open a Burger Fund account with only $250 or add to it with as little as $50 a month.
Call 1-800-333-1001 for a free investment fact kit. Call today. Let us help you reach your goals.
You'd be surprised what a BMW convertible is going for these days. The new 318i.
Investors, let Value Line help you pinpoint stocks that could score big price gains. We'll rush you, as a bonus, our new ranks of 1,700 stocks for price performance in the next 12 months. We expect the 100 top-ranked stocks to outperform all the rest, but avoid the 400 lowest. Value Line has ranked stocks this way for over a quarter of a century with these powerful results. And here's a second great bonus. Value Line's current full-page reports on 1,700 stocks, each with up to 15 years of statistics, fully indexed for you in this giant reference set. Your reference will be constantly updated with more than 100 new stock reports sent to you each week. To get this reference set and new performance ranks as instant bonuses, try Value Line for 10 weeks, now only $55. Call 800-521-3436 now for this extra bonus, Every Investor's Guide to Wall Street Words. That's 800-521-3436. Call now.
If you're an ostrich breeder, then this is a buyer's market for you. Recently in Florida, some of these unique birds and their eggs hit the auction block.
They're $20,000 to $30,000 a pair.
They are bidding big bucks here. Farmers, investors, and breeders getting in on the hottest new ag industry.
Right now, it's just a frenzy of everybody trying to buy.
It's a real good investment, a big return on your money.
Sold out, $30,000.
At the South Florida Ostrich Ranch, blue neck ostriches are going for good prices. Normally worth $50,000 a pair, these birds are considered the cream of the crop, the meat of the future.
It's a breeder's market, and our goal is to work toward the commercial meat market.
Cynthia Cord is here because this is no ordinary auction.
I believe it's the first ever ostrich farm bankruptcy in America.
Over the last year, 1,200 investors sunk their money into these birds, expecting a big return for their dollar. The organizers collected $3 million, but then declared bankruptcy. What's on the auction block today is all that's left of the hard assets. Hi, boy. Out of 6 pair of birds, 18 eggs, an incubator, and a hatcher, Dan Cecil chooses ostrich pair number 1. The price, $20,000.
Well, if they don't produce a lot of eggs, it's an expensive pair of boots.
We're at $18,000.
Cynthia Cord leaves with no birds, but still hoping for a big break in the bird business. She'll drive her empty trailer to other ostrich auctions. Andrea Richards for NBC News.
Well, the summer travel season is heating up, and the airlines are lowering fares to attract travelers. But are the lower fares really a bargain or just hype? Glenn Farley in Seattle has the details.
Northwest is again triggering another round of fare cuts. Newspaper ads this morning showed deals 40% off regular fares. By noon, other airlines, including United, were matching. So how good are these deals? Well, when compared to other discounted advance purchase tickets, they're not huge markdowns. The cheapest ticket to Atlanta, bought 2 weeks in advance, was $448. Now a 30-day in advance purchase ticket is $398, a savings of $50. To Chicago, the old price was $438. Now $398, a savings of $40. And these fares are for travel during off-peak hours. Are these fares really good discounts?
It is that good if you can get that seat on that flight on that day. And in markets where the demand is very good, you're going to have a tough time getting those seats. In other markets, yeah, you'll be able to get those discounts, and they are nice discounts.
They're a lot cheaper than the regular price tickets bought at the last minute, but they're not nearly as good as the 50% off fare wars of 1992, when a round trip to Chicago could be bought for less than $200.
I wait for the discounts.
You do? Yes. Are the discounts getting harder to find?
I think so.
Glenn Farley for NBC News.
And around this time of every year, our thoughts turn green. The environmentally friendly green, that is. And joining me now with nifty products made from throwaways is our own gadget and gizmo guy, Dick DeBartolo. Mother Earth has got to love you today.
I did a lot of research because it's Earth Day on Friday, and I found some products made from other products.
Very PC of you.
Oh, very good. You know what this is? This is a pen called a wheelie. Gives you an idea of what it's made from. 50% of this pen is from recycled tires. And we discard 250 million tires.
That's a huge problem.
You may have driven to work on this pen.
Was this yours too?
2 years ago, you may have.
It's been a rough winter. I probably should have kept one of these in my trunk, actually. But
these are neat. This is called the green pen, and this is made from a cornstarch resin. So the body of the pen will biodegrade in a compost heat. Okay, so isn't that
just ruining our environment?
All right, now do we all know what this symbol is?
Recycled. Am I close?
Made from one.
I can't see it.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. You had it facing the other camera.
Okay, and you know, it's 100% recycled paperboard, and we know the symbol here at CNBC because we all carefully put all of our paper into those bins.
Yeah, we do.
And you know, what the paper has been used for in the past is to make sort of grayish kind of paperboard, and then they started making a more handsome kind of file board. But now, look at some products that are made out of 100% recycled paperboard.
Recycled paper?
This is 100% recycled paperboard. You can always tell on the interior that it's still sort of that gray color.
That's okay.
But this is a photo file. Can be used for any sort of file. Comes with index cards. Very handsome. They're going into great colors here. Look at this little guy here, a little desktop organizer.
See, now my husband would love this.
I know. We heard
boxes.
that somebody here needs this desperately.
And all of the little things that are scattered in various places of my house will fit right in there.
And an interesting thing about the Gallup poll was that 3 out of 4 people now are starting to search for products that have that symbol on it. Because, you know, we're saving the landfills, we're saving money on solid waste management.
Isn't it also becoming just a lot easier to find those products?
It is. You know, I'll show you the symbol.
It used to be almost a fringe.
Sometimes the symbol's still hard to find, but on this box of cereal, you can the little symbols down there.
Yeah.
So it's still being used
The
for.
more we demand it, the more they're going to come
Absolutely,
up with these
and as I said, the Gallup poll showed that people are much more aware now. Okay, now let's move on to...
What else you got?
All right, this looks like an ordinary desk drawer organizer. It's from 3M. This, too, is 50% recycled plastic.
This plastic?
This plastic, and it's adjustable to drawers, whatever size drawer. And also, 3M is also making Post-it notes. You know, Post-it notes are really neat.
Save us. They save
us everywhere.
Yes.
And they are making, 3M's making both the drawer made of 50% recycled plastic and Post-it notes.
Colors, too,
different
and
colors.
yellow.
Excellent.
It's really quite significant also that a company that's that big
is into
and
this sort of thing.
uses so much paper and so much plastic in its processing would actually make that move to recycle. That's
I know. You know, I don't know if it's too late to bring up the phone number. If people want more information on recycling, there is the Paper Information Center. I did it out of order, so I'll just tell you. It's 1-800-878-8878 if you want.
It is. We're
Oh,
right
good.
on top
Oh,
of
boy,
it.
they are so on the ball inside. Now, this is something called Tech Notes. They have taken, you know what these guys are, right?
No.
Computer boards.
Computer circuit boards. People are upgrading their computers every 2 years now. And so, you know, if you can give your computer
Not that my computer board looks anything like that.
But you knew
That's
the
much more
answer.
We took this out of Glenn Ruppel's computer. For 2 weeks now, he doesn't know
doesn't
this.
know. He's
has
on
no-
vacation.
He thinks
He
the
won't know.
screen. He thinks the screen is very dark. But look at this. Has been made into a notepad. This has been made into a loose leaf binder. Again, if you're getting rid of your computer, you know, try to give it away to charity if you can. Give it to a kid. This is a clock, and those are from a company called Tech Notes. And again, people want to look for that symbol when the 3 arrows. And finally, last week, remember I talked about the Porter case?
We got to go. We have to talk about that next
okay, fine.
week.
I made a mistake in the phone number.
That's
We'll do it
all
next
the
time.
time we
Sorry.
have. Thank you for being very green.
Okay.
Thanks, Dick.
Thanks,
Always
Dickie.
nice to see you. And that is all the time we have for now. Thanks for joining us.
I'm Janice Lieberman.
And I'm Sue Herrera. We'll see you again on Monday for Money Tonight. You're guaranteed to profit from tuning in.
Good night, everybody.
Some credit card companies act like you just touch their cards and suddenly you're transported to a magical fantasy land.
There. Love, career, simple self-esteem. There are deeper issues at work here.
That's good there, Rob.
I'm Rob Weller.
I'm Lisa Foster.
Yeah, that's great. Are you ready for today?
I really am. I love it when Margie Bell's here.
Well, you know, we're talking about etiquette, and you know, a lot of people have forgotten etiquette.
I know.
Especially our
Manners are
generation.
always important. I don't care what the age.
Margie Bell feels really that more and more people are trying to get etiquette back into their life. One of the big things is the business lunch. When you go out to business, you don't want to do any faux pas.
Don't want to blow the deal.
Yeah. So, with no further ado, let us introduce the author of the Executive Etiquette in the New Workplace, Margie Bell Young Stewart. Come on up, Margie.
How good to be with you again.
Nice to see you.
What a pleasure.
Please have a lunch.
To see you.
Oh,
Thank you so much.
Have a
Good to be with
seat.
you. Thank you for your kindness.
There,
Rob.
yeah, see, I'm always trying to get on your good side,
yes,
Margie
well,
Bell.
I appreciate that very
Because
much.
manners
Best
are not
foot
my
forward there, Weller.
Thank
This
you
is great.
so much, Lisa.
Now, this is bottom line. CEOs are looking for young people with the look of a good upbringing. So this is the same course we teach nationwide across with corporations
Which is
and colleges.
what you do, yes, exactly. I know you
So
teach
we shouldn't be
executives.
intimidated by all this.
You
No,
should
this
be
is a
what?
five-star.
Intimidated by all this.
Five-star restaurant setting. You will see this. And the corporation dining rooms are serving like this. So may we just begin, pretend
Sure.
like you're my students? All right, you pick up your napkin.
We are your students.
With your
Margie.
left hand, don't snap it like you're stopping the morning train, but just drop the crease facing you into
Okay.
your lap. best little friend you'll have during the luncheon.
Okay.
And then with
Please
the tools
toward
of the table, yes, you work from the outside in.
I like that.
The only fork you'll ever see to your right would be the shrimp fork.
Wait a minute.
You might
Hold that
see-
up again.
Shrimp fork.
Shrimp
And
fork.
You know what they call it, the shrimp fork?
No, because it's little.
It's so shrimpy,
You-
exactly.
That's great. I hadn't
Gee,
heard that.
you're a wizard.
Well,
And
I'm just
then-
making these up as I
Then
go along.
those,
And then the soup spoon. This is the cream soup bowl.
All right, so you're
And-
starting from this side.
To the
on
right.
knives are, okay.
Right, and you dip across the top where it's cool, bring it to your lips, tilt the bowl, and inhale like an angel. No slurping.
inhale
No
like
slurping.
an angel.
Yeah, no slurping.
And then when you're resting, do you rest
You
it
rest it
here?
right here. You're
Okay.
marvelous. I can tell you.
So you don't put it back down here because
No,
a lot of
never-
CEOs never change their
Placemats.
their placemats and they
No.
don't want them dirty for the next day.
You never place a tool back on the table. Then the next course might be a fish course. So let's get used to it. I want, if I do nothing else on your show today, to teach you how to hold the knife and fork correctly. The artist designed it to fit the hand. Now we spend hours teaching kids how to hold
Look at her. This
tennis
is
cords.
Lovely. It's a balanced act
yes.
there.
Now look at this. Then you curl your hands over and you flip your hands over. It should look like it's growing out of your power finger. Oh,
Power finger.
But
All right.
Rob and Lisa, here's what you see that's still the biggest mistake. Wacko.
Yes.
Well, have
Pitchfork.
you,
That's a
pitchfork.
turn off. That
That's
is
it.
such a
And
turn
they
off.
say throw them out. Their
Marge,
manners
Bell, you get a
reflect our
tough piece of
character.
fish.
And you know,
though. There's
business
no
is
other way to
becoming
do it.
more and more international all the time.
Right.
That could be quite offensive
This
to someone
was-
from Europe who's.
This is
you know,
early
real-
American. It was Emily Post that zigged us and zagged us that made us do this.
Okay.
Zip, switch. That'll slow down your granddaddy's
So you
going,
keep
gobble,
it in
gobble,
your
gobble,
left
gobble.
hand.
Keep it in your left hand, cut one piece at a time, rotate, bring to the lips, close the lips, chew, then you don't make puppy sounds.
Don't make
No puppy sound.
No smacking. No smacking.
Okay,
I'm just
then
going
what
to
do you
place
do
these
with your
here.
utensils when you're finished with
Well,
them?
those would be removed with each course.
Okay.
Can I take this plate away
No,
from
don't take that,
of
darling,
course
because I
not.
need that to demonstrate
Right.
with. Now we're down to the entree. You see how we're working
Another
down?
knife, another
right?
fork, the long
Again,
one.
same thing, figures over. Both ways are correct, continental or American. American is place it here,
Mm-hmm.
switch it to the right hand, and use it as a little shovel. But when you have finished, regardless if it's continental or American, close the doors. Don't leave them out like oars in a boat.
That's a signal to a waiter expecting a big
I'm
tip
finished.
that you can take the
that's
plate
That's
away.
the way they know you're
exactly
finished.
right.
That's
Yes,
well, I
you're
used to be
right.
a waiter.
And is it still correct? I can remember something that you don't eat everything on the plate. You always leave a little something.
No,
or is that an old
no,
wives'
that's
tale?
an old wives' tale.
Is
yes.
it?
They used to
Okay.
say, think of the starving kids in Spain, and my sister
exactly.
always say, name me one.
Right.
I always
But,
heard it was an insult to the chef that they didn't serve
no.
enough or something.
And now we're down to the salad course, the last to serve, so it will pop your palate before the dessert. So
Okay.
it's great when you learn all of these little tips.
What's
this?
let's go through some of the other plates
Okay.
and glasses.
All right, this is the bread and butter plate, and it's placed right up here. This is the little salt cellar that you're beginning to see, and oh, they love you when you can excel at this. Ta-ta. If you're asked to pass them
Look
together.
at this is beautiful. This is like an
Pass the
itty-bitty
salt and the-
little bird bag. Look at that with a little angel on it.
Isn't that cute?
And so you pass the salt and the pepper together.
Like a little couple.
Okay.
That's
You
right.
never just hand them one.
I
Yes.
love this.
This is a buttered chip. I had to bring it for the show. I just had to share this. Eleanor Roosevelt said, stop putting out the buttered chips at the White House because the women are tucking it in their handbags.
So you would serve this in lieu of the
them.
butter plate?
Well, it used to be.
It used
but
to
now
be.
they brought this into the White House for luncheon. Now, you'd never see a bread and butter plate at the formal dinner at the White House, but you do see them at luncheons and at business luncheons.
How about over here?
I can't
Now, we get to
believe
that in a
Okay.
minute.
they would steal.
I know. I can't believe
Now, these
that.
are the little goblets. These are the things that you might see. Now, this is the sherry glass, and you would just pour that into the little sip and then pour it into your consommé. The water goblet always goes right up here at the tip of the knife, and the white wine. And by the way, when you hold a wine glass, hold it by the stem so your little hand doesn't warm the contents.
That's right.
And
Otherwise,
you-
you'll ruin the wine.
Exactly, and you don't swirl it like it's red wine because there's no smell and the swirl is ridiculous. So
Yeah.
stop doing those
All right.
things you took in wine class. And then the red wine and the champagne. And me teach you a toast.
Okay.
They're making toast now.
All
Again,
right.
at business lunches, you don't have, no, they want the champagne one.
champagne.
Oh, okay.
Whoops, there we go, excuse me, please. All right, now you hold it like this.
Yeah.
Raise the tide level, and you say, to love, laughter, and happy ever after if it's romantic.
Yeah.
But to business, to the deal. It's going to go through Jim. You
Oh,
watch.
that's
And then you all
great.
clink, clink, clink. Here, here.
I'll slurp
here,
to
here.
that.
Oh, dee.
Marjabelle
And then-
Stewart, you are the best.
You
Thank
are
you
the
very
nicest
much.
I always
people.
learn so much when you're here.
Well,
Thank
I
you so
hope
much.
so.
Thank you,
Thank you
Marjabelle.
so much for allowing me to share it.
All right, Marjabelle Stewart, very, very good business etiquette.
And you stay with us because Sherry Cruz is going to tell us about something we all love, and that's babies in maternity shops.
And I'll give the silverware back and tell you about the Alaska State Fair in Palmer, Alaska. That's our festival of the day. You know, it happens during late August, and this year they're celebrating the 101st year of the Ferris wheel. How about, look at that one, it's lit up like a...
Ooh, lots of fun.
For Spencer's Clothing. You know children love to play. They're into something every day, but they get so rowdy and the place so rough. I'm glad they're wearing something really tough. Spencer's and children, the clothes they love to wear every day. Spencer's and children, made right here in the USA. Spencer's.
I remember putting on weight. When my parents got divorced, I turned to food for comfort, and that set the pattern for the next 20 years. I went down to Jenny Craig. The program taught me how to eat healthy. The whole time that I was losing the weight, I was learning how to keep it off. I feel so good looking at myself now. It blows me away.
Lose all the weight you want for $7 a week. That's just $1 a day. Call Jenny Craig.
There's a story that long ago stars fell to Earth, and where they fell christened the land. And once you chase the sea across her white sands, gaze from her majestic mountains, and embrace the warmth of her people, the magic will capture your heart. An enchanted spell cast by a land truly touched by the hands of heaven.
For your free 1994 travel guide, call 1-800-ALABAMA.
Slow drains are caused by greasy, gunky buildup like this. But that can be prevented with Liquid Plumber Buildup Remover. It uses enzymes to dissolve the gunk in your drains and keep them flowing free. Liquid Plumber Buildup Remover.
Don't let static do a job on you.
It'll stop you.
Stop embarrassing cling. Bounce leaves clothes virtually static-free.
It won't stop you.
Bounce stops static before static stops you.
Welcome back to Country Today. We're going to talk about babies getting ready for babies.
Yes, it's something women are always concerned about because they know their bodies are going to change.
Yeah,
and clothing. That's
right.
the thing everyone wants to know. What am I going to wear while I'm pregnant? I don't want to look like a house.
You've had 3 babies.
3 babies. Count them. 1, 2, 3.
Lisa knows.
And
she knows what she's talking about.
That's right. And you're always concerned about what you're going to wear. Well, today, Sherry Cruz is going to talk to us about maternity clothes and the things you're going to need in preparing for your little one.
Every expectant mother wants to look her best. That's why we're here at Mary Mary Maternity, the largest maternity store in the Southeast, to show you the latest fashions.
Of course, one of the newest looks is the sheer look, where you have a long skirt with the sheer lace or something like that. We have both the mini skirts and the long dresses, so whatever's in fashion, in your fashion future, we have it. There is the trapeze look, which has come about in the last year, but most things are condensed and comfortable and easy care.
Since more women are working, maternity clothes accommodate professional moms-to-be as well as stay-at-home ones.
Maternity fashions are trying to keep up with and are with the current fashions, where we've moved into more casual clothes, more comfortable clothes, so has maternity clothes. The maternity is for every lifestyle, from office to casual wear.
When shopping for your wardrobe, the most important thing to keep in mind is not only what looks good, but what's comfortable.
It often starts with a skirt or a pair of pants where she can wear some of her regular things and then move into the things as she needs them.
As any woman will tell you, buying maternity clothes for the first time can be an overwhelming and confusing task.
Well, she can get the knowledge from the salesperson. The salesperson's familiar with the merchandise and knows what things fit and how they fit, what sizes and what's available and where to find it. We have a vast collection of things. And with most people, it's a new experience into maternity wear.
The clothes are designed to grow with you. Every item offers adaptations for added support, convenience, and comfort. You can even find nursing swimsuits, clothes that fit a particular theme, or ones that add a bit of comic relief. The best thing about maternity clothes today is they start with slightly pregnant and carry you through to the next 9 months. Maternity clothes have come a long way and continue to improve with every season. So the good news is, the next time you're in the market for maternity fashions, your choices will be better than ever before.
How did she do that? Is there a little thing that...
They let you try on this little stomach when you try on clothes so you can know what size you'll wear.
What have you done with your old maternity
Stomach? No.
clothes? Where'd that old stomach of yours go?
Just it went right down. He's sitting at home.
Where are your old maternity clothes?
I gave them actually to a friend. That's the nice thing. You can kind of recycle them. I gave them to a friend.
Too bad, because you could have called Lisa if you're in the family way, and she could have sent you her stuff.
Already gone. Sorry.
All righty. All right. That's a good one. Next, let's see. Dick DeBartolo is going to be with us. He's going to talk to us about security gadgets. I think you like this.
I think you will. And you also like to see 80-pound cabbages and bunches of other record-setting vegetables at the Alaska State Fair. Just look at that.
It's trying to eat that guy.
Remember the ultimate test of a household cleaner? Well, we topped it with mustard, sauerkraut, chili, the works. On greasy surfaces like this, you wouldn't use a glass cleaner. And on glass, spray cleaners would leave streaks. But 409 Glass and Surface Cleaner cleans both. It cuts the grease and cleans the glass, even grease on glass, to a streak-free shine. 409 Glass and Surface Cleaner, a powerful grease cutter and a glass cleaner in one.
Get ready for America's music show capital, Branson, USA. See the shows, get the best hotel values and travel arrangements too. It's so easy. Just decide your dates of travel, pick up the phone and call Branson on a budget at 1-800-79-BRANSON. That's 1-800-79-BRANSON. And get your own personal travel consultant at the only exclusive travel service for Branson in the USA. Call 1-800-79-BRANSON to get real value from Branson on a budget. Call 1-800-79-BRANSON and have the time of your life.
All over the world, join hands, come on, start a love train, all over the world, yeah, join hands, start a love train, all over the world.
Beautifully durable Corelle from Corning.
Start a love train,
Designed for living.
Yep, they're in here all right. Bugs. It's a regular block party. Spectracide thought you could use their outside expertise inside. That's why they developed an exclusive, simple-to-use formula that kills ants, roaches, and other bugs up to 3 months. And there's no odor. Spectracide home insect control. I like that. No odor. Sneak up on those little suckers and nail them. Party's over, guys. Bugs can't hide from Spectracide.
Monday on Music City Tonight, Mel Tillis,
Jason D. Williams,
Cleve Francis,
plus the man who wrote some of your favorite TV theme songs, Mike Post.
That's Music City Tonight with Crick and Chase.
And it's Monday on TNN.
Lisa Foster's clothing is provided by Nouveau West, the world's most exciting apparel and custom boot store for men and women in Nashville, Tennessee. Nouveau West is the best. Remember, go West, go Nouveau West.
Rob Weller's clothes provided by Sheplers. Sheplers, the world's largest Western stores and catalog. Once you've shopped Sheplers, you'll discover there's just no reason to shop anywhere else. Sheplers.
Security conscious. We are all getting a lot more security conscious and into protecting our homes and our children and our environments. And here today with some great safety gadgets is the one, the only Dick DeBartolo. Hello, Dick.
Gadget Gizmo guy.
Were you a mystic in another life?
Yes, I was.
That's what I thought.
Doing a lot of this stuff.
What'd you bring for us? Yeah, right.
Some neat security gadgets. This is one of the most clever gadgets I've ever seen. It's from Advanced Metal Technologies. You know, security systems, surveillance systems cost thousands of dollars.
Sometimes millions.
Yes. Well, this one is about $130 at Sharper Image, and I'll tell you their little shortcut to being able to do this.
And what is that,
What
Dick?
is that, Dick? It's fake.
Ah, the old
You're
fake security
kidding.
cam.
The whole system is fake. It really looks great. They also make versions with smoked lenses in the front.
So where do you put this, on your front door?
No, well, this would be if you wanted to protect like a warehouse. You could put it,
Oh, okay,
you know,
like a
around.
business.
But for your little home, we have the little $50 version. Comes with a bracket, and this is so complete. Look at the little blinking light.
Oh,
it
looks
has
so real.
a fake wall plate. So you bolt that into the wall. You put the cable into the wall. Someone looks in and they think, "Oh, I'm not going into this house."
Yeah, that's right.
These are really. It's a great idea.
A deterrent, I think,
A
surely.
couple of great smoke detectors from First Alert. One is the kitchen smoke detector. And when I heard about it, I said, what's the big deal about kitchen? You know when you're cooking and the smoke detector goes off?
This happened, I swear, this happened last week.
Yeah. Well,
we burned something big time in there.
Well, I use it as a cooking device. When it goes off, it's done.
I like it.
Right.
And you
Okay.
take the dishcloth and you
Don't
try
go
to
to
get
his
it to
house.
stop.
Do not go to his house for dinner.
The problem is people disconnect the batteries and then forget. This has a silencing button. So while you're cooking, you push it, and for 3 minutes it won't go off. Then it rearms itself. If you need another 3 minutes, push it again.
So in other words, if you're doing like a stir fry and it's going to make a lot of smoke, you have to keep hitting this thing all the time.
Well, every 3 minutes, but it'll give you 3 minutes each time.
Just get the ladder out.
Where do you keep it mounted on, like your belt?
How about on the ceiling?
That's what you do.
Security conscious. This is the hallway escape light from First Alert. Great thing here is a kryptonite
light.
bulb, so
That's
that when
a
the
good
smoke
idea.
detector goes off, it can light the hallway.
What kind of bulb?
Kryptonite?
Is
I
that
believe it's kryptonite. I think
Kryptonite.
don't you? Clark Kent cannot. Did I let out a secret?
Superman can never come to your house.
And they both have light tests. So if they're mounted high on the ceiling with a flashlight, passing it over, you can tell if the battery's good.
Good.
This
What's
is
this?
This is neat. This is the hands-free. You screw this into a light socket, say on the ceiling, put a bulb in there. You can put it in a lamp. You walk into the laundry room carrying both hands full of laundry. This will automatically turn the light on.
Oh, it has a little infrared sensor in it.
Right. And when you exit, it shuts it off again. The First Alert, the first consumer version of a carbon monoxide detector that meets the new government standards.
Now, why are we also concerned about carbon monoxide?
You know, because it's odorless.
You're overcome before
you
know
overcome.
it's
You
there.
think you have a headache
Yeah.
or the flu, so that's great. This is called Child Guardian. The child wears this. This is what a Child Guardian looks like outside of its pack. But the child wears this.
Little lap.
A little,
purse,
like a
yeah,
little
bag.
belt pack. You carry this with you. If you want to call the child, you can push this.
Ooh.
And for him to come back. If he gets concerned that there's some trouble, he pulls this out. This will give that sound off totally. So, you know, in a shopping mall, he's one place, you're the other place. You can go look for him.
In large crowds, this is a great way to find your child.
That's exactly right.
Hey, where is that little guy?
That's
He was
under
here about an hour ago.
$45. Under $45.
So this just stays alarmed until you show up?
It will. If he sets the alarm off, it will not go off until you show up and plug this in.
Okay.
Okay, and that's in the Amway catalog and the Safety Zone catalog.
Okay.
It's about $45. And finally, a couple of battery tips from Duracell. First of all, keep some spare 9-volt batteries around.
Oh, boy.
The fire department recommends you change the battery in your smoke detector every year at daylight savings time so you know a specific
That's the big push.
That's exactly right. And you want a high-performance battery like a Duracell alkaline you want in your smoke detector.
You ought to live in California with us out there in the earthquake zone. Man, we've got batteries coming out of our ears.
Absolutely.
You can't find a battery in California.
Right, especially the past couple of months.
Good
right?
stuff.
This year.
Thank
Thanks so
you
much.
very
Okay,
much.
you're
A lot
welcome.
of good
Dick
safety
DeBartolo, Mr. Gadgets and Gizmos.
And he'll be back. He'll be back.
Very, very good. Okay. Let's see. Coming up next, Paul
Singer.
Kraft. Oh, boy, this guy knows his business. He's going to be performing for us.
And some more about our festival of the day. Lumberjacks compete daily during the Alaska State Fair in sawing, chopping, tree climbing, log rolling, and axe throwing. Just look at that.
Oh, those guys are big, man. They'll hurt
Big
you.
guys.
Didn't want to be married in a church, and
Yeah,
we got
all those
married out on some
traditional
hill
things.
somewhere with the birds chirping and all that. No one cared
But
about
all this
placing.
stuff's kind of nice. I think it's
You
coming
betcha.
back.
Yeah, all my friends who said no back then are saying, I wish I had, and now I have
Yes.
to go through all this. So we brought our authority in, the person who knows everything there is to know about etiquette, and the author of Executive Etiquette in the New
Yes.
Workplace. Let's
You
say
can do
hello
this.
once again to Marjabelle Young Stewart. Marjabelle, here she comes.
Oh, she looks so
Oh,
beautiful.
it's nice to be with
You look like
you.
you're ready to go to a wedding,
I
darling.
am. I'm going to be the mother of the groom.
That's right. A
Beautiful.
little inside information.
Yes, yes.
Marjabelle's son, he's a Navy pilot.
Yes, yes.
He's going to get married.
Yes, yes, yes. At the Marriott's Lincolnshire Resort, where you used to play golf.
I used to play golf there. In fact, I got a par once on number 14. For those of you who've
Well,
been
let's
there.
get back to something more important. Let's talk about this registry.
Oh, it's really
How far in
exciting.
advance should you register, Marjabelle?
Just as soon as you can. Just as soon as you
After
can.
you've
And-
announced the wedding?
Yes, yes, yes. And take your groom with you and really make it a day of excitement. Let's you show this first. This is kind of exciting.
Now,
This is a lot of information.
Good store worth
Right.
its weight in salt.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's doing this now, and you fill these out. It's a questionnaire, right?
It is.
So it's going to take you a
Everything
little
would
time
like.
when you go
right,
in.
Right. You know, and even on the back, look at that, how many items. But that's fantastic.
But you know,
Yes
this is
and
like
no.
for crystal and china and
Everything,
silver
everything.
and linens and everything. But you know, it's not just those finer department stores that are carrying it. Now,
Right.
places like Home Depot for all kinds.
Exactly.
You need
Crate and
lawnmowers,
barrel.
you need
Crate and barrel,
screwdrivers
right.
and tools. You know, he's big on
Absolutely.
tools.
Well, what happens now? They give
Now
you this computer.
then you go in as a guest
Right.
and say, what do they need? And out comes a
It's all
computer,
checked
and you
off.
can, there's their name, and you can just check it off. Fantastic.
See the price, you'll know.
Price,
So you know
everything.
So you
everything.
don't duplicate so much also.
Absolutely.
Saves returns.
It's really exciting. Of course, I just think that the fact that the brides are registering and are buying beautiful crystal.
But Emma, was I
setting
not right?
nice tables.
I don't know if you heard that, but I said, you know, so many of my friends got married sort of loosey-goosey,
Right,
let's call
right.
it that way.
Not any longer.
No, I mean, it's getting more formal
Taking
again.
gourmet cooking classes, setting beautiful tables, back around the table, thank goodness. Yes.
The charm is back.
Oh.
Let's start with the
I'm
finer
excited
china
about
down
this.
here.
I'm so excited. First of all, this is typical of what the brides are registering for. You used to have to grow into this, but now they go in and they say, I want, and this elegance. Look at that beauty.
Do you match
Just a
your
little
home, or is it do you just decide on something you like?
You might, but I think probably just as formal, as beautiful, as the mood that you want.
And a suggestion for the groom?
Yes?
Go in and show interest, right?
Oh, exactly.
Always, but
And
let
hold
her make the final decision, guys.
No, you have to
Don't
hold,
get pushy.
Spoken like
you
a
have
true
to hold the
husband.
cup. See if your little finger even goes in there.
no,
May not fit.
Oh,
See?
not a
It's
big
very
bruiser
important.
like me.
Yes,
Can
it
you
did.
see
It
him
did
eat
too.
out of that
Very
flowery
nice.
plate?
Look at that.
I need a
Beautiful.
lumberjack mug.
Well, at any rate, there are a lot of little things you
And
need
of course,
to
the
consider.
crystal. How do you check and see if it's
All
the
right.
real thing, Marge?
All right. You want to see if it's F sharp.
Me.
That's it.
Perfect,
Sounds good to me.
perfect.
There's
And
a
this
wedding
is,
in
of
the
course,
morning.
they're going to register first for the water goblet and probably an all-purpose wine glass.
Okay, so you need a water goblet and a wine glass. Do you need your
All-purpose.
champagne right
you
away?
might get that a little later. Might
What's a
get that
complete
little
set?
later.
12? Or
12
8?
glasses? No, there'll be the water goblet. It'll be the...
How many of these should you?
You mean place
Right.
Oh,
setting?
you
Place
mean place
settings,
settings.
yes.
Excuse me,
Place
please. 8.
Yes.
Yes, probably would be 8 to begin
Okay.
with. Yes, but thought you wanted to know all this. Now, these candles, aren't they exquisite?
Yes.
Gorgeous.
I
Beautiful.
just bought them for Billy.
Oh, they're
so
wonderful.
he's
Right
going
from
to
the
see
show.
these in
I
advance
can't stand
now.
it. Well, they'll know it now.
They're too fabulous.
Now, when I got married, I got 3 million salt and pepper shakers. I was the salt and pepper shaker to the world,
Is it just
Marchabelle.
totally uncouth
love it.
to return them?
Well, then now as we kind of get down. Oh no! Oh, you never tell.
You just never
Oh, you
tell.
don't?
Yes, you may return them. Yes, but
Okay.
never say, Aunt Nellie, may I take yours back?
Okay.
Okay. Now these are just everyday sets,
Mhm.
but again, they're very practical. Microwave everything. Look at this stuff. Is this
Beautiful.
exciting?
So you need
Kinda
to
classic.
think about the formal stuff and everyday.
Your
things.
lifestyle is very important.
Let's let you move
And
down here,
excuse me,
Margebelle.
how
I'll
kind you are.
switch places
All
with
right, here again is a typical one-place setting. A lot of the young brides are kind of going for gold tones, but maybe you want to stay with the pure silver, and these are the little accessories that go with it. Look at the lovely,
Beautiful.
luscious linens. And you know you always put a silence cloth underneath.
A silence.
silence
You
cloth?
can just double a sheet if you wish, but make it
And that-
soft. Oh,
That
it's
means that
beautiful.
it won't ruin the table. Or is
Well,
that
no,
sort
it
of-
just makes it quiet. When you put the knife and fork down, it doesn't go clunk, clunk.
Oh, a
Good
silence
idea.
one. I
Yes,
like
It
that.
absorbs all that milk the
We'll
kids
have to
spill,
do-
too.
You know
That's
what?
kind of nice.
I'd like one of those on my table today for lunch today. Can we put that? Can you?
I'll
would you-
make sure of it.
Will you have that done?
Yes.
We'll have to do a whole Let's Set the Table segment someday, because that's kind of exciting. And this, of course, again,
Linens?
is, now these are just the bathroom linens, but look at the colors.
Do you
These
register
are the
your
sheets.
colors that the bath
Yes,
of your home
yes.
will be?
And yes. And look at this, how the young people today, this is an easy change from real feminine to letting him get comfortable.
Uh-huh.
See this? Isn't this
Do
exciting?
you feel like this is a masculine
Yes,
look
I do,
here?
Lisa. And I'm glad you brought that up to a big bruiser like
well,
me.
it's a
like
wonderful
this.
segment, and it's such a part of
So many
wedding.
things to
It is.
think
Well, you're
about.
all ready.
I'm ready. I'm almost ready.
But it's a lot easier now with all this registry.
Yes, it is.
Certainly is.
Yes, it is.
Margebelle Stewart, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
We
pleasure
appreciate
once
it.
Oh,
again.
it's my pleasure.
Excellent,
Thank you.
excellent. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. What's coming up
We have
next?
Paige Brown next, behind the scenes at a concert.
No kidding.
Yes.
Actually, behind the
Yes,
scenes.
what happens before this concert?
You know, we have a festival. We talk about a festival every day here on Country Today. And today we're talking about, yes, the one you waited for, the annual Hope Watermelon Festival. It's held during mid-August in Hope, Arkansas. That's the home of President Clinton, who loves to eat watermelons. And that's him on the left, eating a big one.
Did you know know Campbell's has over 30 varieties of soup that are 98% fat-free? Which means just about every day you can look forward to a well-balanced meal with a different bowl of Campbell's soup. And the best part is, not only are they less than 90 calories, they're also delicious. So you're not missing anything, except fat.
So eat your heart out.
Campbell's.
There are thousands of uses for new Liquid Wrench non-flammable super lubricant with Teflon around your home, car, and shop. If it squeaks, if it rusts, if it needs protection, if it needs lubrication, new Liquid Wrench is the answer. And unlike WD-40, new Liquid Wrench is non-flammable. Liquid Wrench non-flammable stops squeaks, protects and lubricates, and is available at retailers everywhere.
Things have gone wacky at McDonald's.
I'm hungry. So what else is new?
With the new Animaniacs Happy Meal.
May we take your order, please? Thanks. We're starved.
Now you can get a wacky Animaniacs toy with a McDonald's Happy Meal. There are 8 different wacky wheelers that pop up and down or go round and round.
Excuse me, are you going to eat that? Not now.
One with each Happy Meal you buy your kids.
Well, it's that time again. For another cheeseburger? No, but into the commercial. What you want is what you get. Someday I'm going to find those singers. At McDonald's today.
Sometimes you feel like a nut. Sometimes you don't. All and joints got nuts. Mounds don't be cut. Sometimes you feel like sometimes you.
Worried you might have termites? Call 1-800-TERMINEX to know for sure.
Where's that number?
Nobody offers a better guarantee. Even if you misplaced our number, just remember 1-800-TERMINEX. Call now.
Well, you know, luckily we had some film in the Country Today cameras not too long ago. We got to go backstage and cover what it really looks like at a concert. And who did we get to follow?
Alabama, one of the biggest that's ever been.
Absolutely.
I guess they've received more awards than any other band ever. And today we're going to get to see what happens just prior to the concert. Hours and hours go into preparation, and Paige Brown is going to show us what happens.
Most people probably assume that a stage is just magically set for a concert. In reality, though, it takes up to 60 people about 11 hours to prepare for a concert.
With that, we've got 1 airplane, we've got 3 buses, we've got 5 tractor trailers, and it's a pretty full deal. That's what it gets down to.
Quite a traveling show, huh? But it's what it takes to put together the quality production that concert goers expect.
All right, start off with the 2 upstage, and come down to 7 and 8 next. Those are all straight.
Pre-rig is about 8 o'clock, 8 to 9, depends on the venue. They hang the motors so we can put the trusses and the light system, the sound system up. And from then on, it's, the sound company does their thing, lights do their thing, then the band crew goes in, sets up their stuff. We do a sound check. Mike and the rest of the light guys focus. When we're satisfied everything's the way we want it to be, we turn the stage over to the other acts.
Stories always surround those in show business who spend their lives on the road. But if you consider the hours of mental and physical labor that go into putting up a stage, any image of a wild and partying roadie is a race. After all, if these guys aren't on their toes, you can bet it's no secret.
They think all we do is party, And it's not. It isn't a party out here. This is a 9-to-5 job, just hours are a little bit extended. Our work day starts from anywhere from 7 to 9, and we get done anywhere from 2 in the morning to 3 in the morning. You get a couple hours sleep and hop back on the bus. It's not a party out here. This is a job, and it's an adventure.
The stage, the set, the sound and lighting equipment, the instruments, all elements that when combined with the performers make a live concert a remarkable and unforgettable experience.
If you're gonna play in Texas, you gotta have a fiddle in a band.
Ooh, And there it
Boy,
is.
That is the
finished result.
All those folks, do you see them polishing up everything?
I know.
That's the great
That's
one.
why they're the greatest.
Okay.
We've got Dick DeBartolo coming up for all of you folks who are putting your offices in your homes. We've got gadgets for you.
Oh, great gadgets. And we're talking about our festival of the day today. You know, each year thousands are drawn to the Hope Watermelon Festival, where I'm not kidding you, 200-pound melons are common. Look at those.
Wow.
We made Dollywood the best place in the Smokies for prancing, dancing, romancing. And shows. Laughs, rafts, crafts. And shows. Showers. And shows. Flowers. And shows. Old times. And shows. And good times. And shows. Cooking, carving, caring. And shows. Dollywood, the perfect couples getaway for crafts, foods, fun, and what? And shows.
It's not that I just started gaining weight after I got married or after I had babies. This has been a lifelong problem. I lead a different lifestyle now because of Jenny Craig. The personal counseling was wonderful because they dealt with the very problems and the issues that I needed to face. A year ago, I met my goal, and my son grabbed my hand and he said, "Mom, Jenny would be proud."
Lose all the weight you want for $7 a week. That's just $1 a day. Call 1-800-92-JENNY.
Peekaboo! I see you in a bulky diaper that just might leak. Uh-oh! But I see something new. Love's Ultra Leak Guards, nearly 50% thinner and still great at stopping leaks. Look, upside down. This new super absorbent leak guard layer soaks up wetness faster. So I see you, and I don't see leaks. And wait till Mommy sees our nice low price. New Love's Ultra Leak Guards. Say hello thin, bye-bye leak.
With the iced tea pot by Mr. Coffee, you can make delicious, fresh brewed iced tea in about 10 minutes for pennies a glass. So if you're under the spell of expensive bottled iced teas, snap out of it. The iced tea pot by Mr. Coffee.
Clorox Automatic. It's like cleaning your toilet with Clorox bleach every time you flush.
Monday on Music City Tonight, Sammy Kershaw, Jeannie Seeley, Billy Joe Shaver, Brian Austin, and the comedy of O'Brien and Valdez. It's Music City Tonight with Crick and Chase, Monday on TNN.
Lisa Foster's clothing is provided by Nouveau West, the world's most exciting apparel and custom boot store for men and women in Nashville, Tennessee. Nouveau West is the best. Remember, go West, go Nouveau West.
Rob Willer's clothes provided by Sheplers. Sheplers, the world's largest Western stores and catalog. Once you've shopped Sheplers, you'll discover there's just no reason to shop anywhere else. Sheplers.
You know, more and more of you are thinking about or have started an office in your own home. It's the new craze. And here to tell us about some great home office gadgets, Mr. Gadgets and Mr. Gizmo, all wrapped into one guy. Here he is, the incredible Dick DeBartolo.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Okay, we have some neat home office
Do you
stuff.
have an office at home?
Absolutely. I have an office in every room.
Do you really? Well, you only have one room.
All those gadgets have to be
tell
somewhere.
everybody.
Well, Dick lives in New York, and the apartments are
But
small.
a lot of big corporations now are moving their executives home. It's just
How about you?
financially.
And you have an
Yes,
office
I have
at
an
home?
office at home. My husband has an
Okay,
office
well then
at
you'll
home.
need this stuff. Okay, a great new fax machine from Brother. Brother is calling themselves now, I think the Soho company. Small office, home office. S-O-H-O. Neat. This new fax machine does incredible things. First of all, it has a memory that can remember 50 pages of fax. So if you run out of paper, you ever in the middle of a
Yes,
fax and you
and
run,
you
out,
run
of
out of paper.
it automatically starts putting the pages into memory. When you put a page in, you don't have to wait for it to fax. It sends the page through at 3 times the normal rate, memorizes it, and then sends it out.
Oh, my.
Another amazing thing, remote fax retrieval. I send you a fax, but you really wanted it at your office?
Yes.
You call the Brother machine, and it can resend your fax.
To it. Oh, wow.
And plus, it's a built-in digital answering machine.
Yeah, but that's blasé after those other two people.
And it's under $500. That's the astounding thing about the equipment today. Okay, you're not sure if you want a word processor or a computer.
Depends on how much stuff you're doing.
That's right.
Well, do you really need a computer?
If you're used to a typewriter, maybe this would be better.
This is good. Brother's calling this a work processor because it's a word processor. It has in the top here built in an inkjet printer,
which is a good printer. It's not laser quality.
That's right, but it's
close.
much better than Daisy Wheel. But now, if you look here over on the monitor, you find that you can do word processing. There's a spreadsheet. There's a desktop reference.
Oh, look at that.
And this also will save your whatever you've written on an IBM compatible disk in the side here.
So this really is a computer.
Yeah.
Really is a computer.
It's it's under 500.
Do our switch here?
It's on,
That seems incredible.
That's under 600.
So if you wait long enough, you can get
It'll
anything
be
at a
3
reasonable
cents.
price.
Under $600, amazing.
Good
Okay,
one.
people like pocket organizers. They don't know exactly how much they want to spend. Royal has come out with a whole line starting at $10.
You're kidding. What does that do?
That'll remember about
Are
70
those
or 80
American
names.
dollars
Yes,
or
yes.
things you
This
spend
is
in France?
This is the $40 Royal, a really nice unit. And then the $80 guy is $128K. My original computer was that, and it cost $1,200.
Spend a half a second and explain what these personal organizers
The
can do.
organizers are good for doing to-do lists, for keeping addresses in
Give
there,
your appointments.
people's phone numbers, your appointments, calendar. There'll be time appointments in there. It's really neat.
I guarantee you, just having everybody's phone number in there is the best thing.
Yeah.
You have to sit down and go through it once and put them all in. But that's the best.
Yeah, once they're in there, you'll never.
Can you lose them on this? I mean, can it
If
ever...
you feel like it.
Well, I don't mean the whole thing. You know what I mean.
Yes.
Is there
What
anything-
I recommend is that you download it to another computer. Okay.
Paging Dick DeBartolo.
Hello, right. This is called Smart Page. This is a great idea. I've always wanted a pager, but I need it like once every 3 months, and you don't want to spend $12 a month for service. Smart Page, it's around $130. It comes with a pager. Your phone number is in the box. It's a toll-free phone number, and included in the $130 is 30 pages that you can get and 10 voice messages that you can get, and you have a 2-year period to use them.
All right,
And
so
there's
this
no
is
charge for the monthly fee?
No,
It's in the 130.
It's in the 130.
So this is for someone who doesn't use a pager a lot,
That's
but wants to
exactly-
have one.
Right, and it's nationwide. When I came to Nashville, I called the 800 number. I put in the city I was in, and it beat me right back in a couple of minutes. Now to tell me that it knew I was in Nashville, and I give my friends the 800 number to page me.
charge.
It's
That's
And when
great.
you run out of pages, you buy more. If you use it a lot, Smart Page can switch you over to a monthly service. Just last little guy, another amazing guy from Scion, a complete palm-top computer. Okay, let me just hit that
Palm-top,
a little
not
palm-top
laptop.
computer.
It's
All the little applications are there. You can put in disks with reference works, and you can save your work on little solid-state disks. It's
You
an
can do
amazing thing.
games and stuff?
Yes, under
the whole thing.
$500. Scion 3A.
Very, very good.
I want one of
Just
those.
some things for your new home office that I know you're going to be starting while you're watching Country Today every day. And thank you very, very much, Mr. Dick DeBartolo,
Thank you for
Mr.
being here
Gadgets,
again.
and Mr. Gizmos.
And you want to stay with us because we've got our showcase segment coming up right after this, and we've got Jan Buckingham with us.
Really? She's going to be here with us today? Can I tell you about that contest we're talking about?
Please
the
do.
melon? You know, one of the great things they have there, it's a seed spitting contest. Look at everybody lined up there spitting as hard as they can. This is at the Hope Watermelon Festival, Hope, Arkansas.
Don't you just love it when...
An extra bonus. 60 free minutes. Finally, somebody understands the way we spend time on the phone.
Imagine that. Being rewarded for something that comes naturally.
Call now. 1-800-621-7498.
Coming up, if you're paying extra for natural spring water, we have an unpleasant surprise you may not be very happy about.
Simple call that can make the difference down the road.
Her future's the only thing that really matters.
LifePath, available through Wells Fargo Securities at the frontier of financial innovation. Sponsored and distributed by Stevens Incorporated. Call 1-800-WELLS-INVEST.
Is that American car really made in the USA? You may have been fooled into buying a foreign car, but a new label's changing all that.
Also, they're making big bucks by insulting their readers. We'll tell you about the success of dummy marketing.
And travel to that castle in the clouds without paying a mint. We've got the best domestic travel bargains around. Straight ahead on Money Tonight.
Hi, everyone. I'm Janice Lieberman.
And I'm Sue Herrera. Welcome to CNBC's Money Tonight.
First up, you've got to read the label, especially when it comes to buying a car. Because if you want to buy American, it's not very clear anymore exactly what that is. Now, as Elizabeth Crenshaw reports, a new law is trying to help.
Here they come, car after car after car, rolling down an American assembly line. So they must be American cars, right? Well, maybe they are, but maybe they're not. That's because more and more cars are made from international parts. Engines manufactured in one country, transmission or other parts in another. So how do you know if you're buying American? Well, Congress figured that would require a law, the American Automobile Labeling Act, to be exact. The label would show the percentage of parts made in the U.S. and Canada, show which countries contributed other parts, show where the engine and transmission came from, and show where the vehicle was assembled. The label would make everything crystal clear, right? Well, that depends on who you talk to.
For the first time, consumers are going to get simple, straightforward information about where the parts in their vehicle originate, and that's the key component here, parts.
You know, car buying has gotten more difficult because of this new American Automobile Labeling Act. In fact, the name of the act is a misnomer because you won't be able to know what the American content of your automobile really is.
At first glance, the Car Labeling Act appears to work quite well. For example, on this 1995 Buick LeSabre, this is the label you're looking for. It says U.S. Canadian parts content, 95%. Country of origin engine parts, U.S. Transmission parts, U.S. But you also run into curiosities like these. The domestic content of the virtually identical Dodge Spirit and Plymouth Acclaim differs by 9 percentage points. That's because some Acclaims are built in Mexico with Mexican engines. Canadian content counts as domestic. That's like saying Canada is the 51st state. But Mexican content is considered foreign. And then there's the so-called quirky math. For instance, a Delco battery bought by Honda in Ohio can count as 0 U.S. content. That same battery bought by General Motors can count as 100% U.S. content. So couldn't the law have been made more clear?
You're talking about a very complex calculation here because the average vehicle has between 3,500 and 5,000 components on it. The beautiful thing about the label, though, is it's simple for consumers to read.
Does that help you when you're selling?
Oh, that definitely helps because most of the people, customers that come in are pro-American and want something to show that we're doing something toward our economy.
And here's something else you may be surprised to find out. Most Honda Accords are built in Ohio. Most Toyota Camrys in Kentucky. And Nissan Altimas come from South Carolina. And factories coming soon to the U.S., BMW and Mercedes. Meanwhile, some lawmakers who wrote the Car Labeling Act are calling for a rewrite.
There's another kind of car trouble out there, the kind that hits you in the dead of winter. Yes, it's a dead battery. And as Dr. Dave Nida warns us, the process of jump-starting your car could be very dangerous.
Every year across the country, a number of people are blinded or seriously injured jump-starting a car. The problem stems from the fact that car batteries contain sulfuric acid, as well as a number of gases. Jump-start a battery the wrong way, and it can explode.
There can be damage to the cornea and to the white protective coating of the eye. And if the particles enter the eye and hit the lens, it can cause a cataract. There can even be loss of vision permanently.
Experts say that one of the smartest things you can do is to put on protective eyewear.
Eye protection is most important because you only have one chance. If you don't have eye protection at the time you have one of these battery explosions, you can't go back.
It's also important to make the right connections. Your first connection is to the positive post of the dead battery. You'll want to attach that cable then to the positive post on the good battery. Your next step is to attach the negative cable to the negative post on the dead battery. and then attach this cable to a negative ground, like the engine block. Each time, the order goes from the car with a dead battery to the one with a live battery. If you're not sure about the right way to jumpstart a car, be sure to get some help. I'm Dr. Dave Nida for NBC News.
So you don't know how to jumpstart your car. Is that any reason to call someone a dummy? Well, there's a publishing company that's hoping to cash in on the dummy theme. Is it working? Dumb question.
Mama says stupid as a stupid does.
That may be so, but in the publishing world, being a dummy makes good sense too. And a catchy title, no matter how stupid, is like cash in the bank. One relatively new area of publishing is called Dummy Lit, named for a group of self-help books designed to help in areas like computers and finance. The publishers, IDG Books Worldwide, says the word dummy is a term of endearment. But some people don't agree.
It insinuates you're stupid and you're a dummy, just by the title of the book. And I wouldn't give anybody my money that insinuated that.
I don't think it's going to sell very well because a lot of people will be put back by just the title. Maybe it's a very good book. It might even have a lot of things that other books don't, but I wouldn't buy it.
They may not buy it, but millions of others certainly have. In fact, the dummy books are some of the fastest-selling how-to books in the country.
It's not necessarily dummies. It's just people who are a little, I guess, weak in certain areas and want to feel a little confident with the book.
I hate to say it, I've already got one of them.
I didn't know even how to turn a computer on, so it just gave me the basics.
And that's what the dummy publisher was counting on.
The typical consumer is someone who is at work and they have a computer on their desk and they know that they have to use it and they've received no training and they need a book to get them started out and to keep their jobs.
If you're a reader of dummy books, no need to cover the title. With over 10 million in print, you're in pretty good company. But if you don't like being classified as a dummy, well, there are guides for all thumbs, idiots, and cheaters as well.
The dummy books in particular are very strong. We frequently sell them out and reorder them. Same thing with the idiots books to a lesser extent. They're good sellers.
So the next time someone tries to sell you a dummy or idiot book, you may want to ask the publishers.
Are they trying to tell me something? I think so.
How do the dummy publishers feel about copycat books with similar titles? They say they view the competition as the sincerest form of flattery.
It's tough to repeat the success of that popular TV star who captivates kids and performs at sellout concerts around the world. Who is it? We'll give you a hint. He's purple. He's Barney. And now the plan for the dynamic singing dinosaur is to give him his own theme park. But as Lisa Castleman reports, maybe Barney is becoming yesterday's news.
He may be the perkiest purple performer ever. And now Barney, the dinosaur sensation among the toddler crowd, has a brand new mega deal. He's teaming up with MCA, creating a new theme park attraction for Universal Studios in Florida.
It will add additional people who perhaps in the past say, well, we've got a very young family. We're not sure that, Universal has exactly what we want. Well, with Barney's presence, we're convinced that our appeal will be broadened considerably toward that younger age group.
With 23 million videos sold and dozens of toys on the market, Barney became a worldwide phenomenon when he got his own PBS TV show in 1992. So in announcing the joint venture, Universal Studios went all out, staging a show at New York City's Tavern on the Green.
Won't you say you love me too?
But after 2.5 years of stunning success, Barney, like all other popular stars, runs the risk of overexposure. And already the sale of Barney-related toys has begun to cool off.
They really went in a lot of different areas with the license, clothing, toys, and so on, and they really hit the market very hard a year or two ago.
Barney seems to have found a place and is tracking along and becoming what we've always wanted him to become, which is a classic character.
But retailers say newer toy sensations are taking the spotlight away from Barney.
The thing that seems to be that the younger kids are still moving on to has been the Power Rangers.
In the meantime, Barney's been mingling with the adults, hoping to win some fans among that crowd, too. Lisa Castleman for Money Tonight.
Oh, that Barney. Juggle your credit card balances and save money. This is for the serious card players.
And plastic sure comes in handy when booking a vacation. The best bargains in domestic travel as Money Tonight rolls on for a Friday, so stay with us.
Now here's a company that's been taking care of business for almost 50 years. The Dearborn Sausage Company.
Taking care of business.
The owner, Don Kosh, learned how to make sausages from his father, an authentic Hungarian Wurstmeister. And these people, they're the Office Meisters, because when they want low prices on office products, they just call Office Depot and get next day delivery. Did you ever try to send one of these through a fax machine?
Taking care of business.
These are the times.
In business today,
Times that call for something more.
it's not just how well you make your product,
New ways to look at things that no one's ever
it's how
seen.
fast you get it to market.
Get there first. It's about now. Get there first. It's about
It's what you need where you need it.
Ooh, it's about time. It's about
We're AMP. We make the electronic interconnection systems that make today's electronics work.
the way we make things happen.
De principio a fin.
We help you get there faster.
Wherever you are, we are.
It's about time. Get there first. It's about amp. Get there first. It's about time.
まさにこの時です。
As the world leader in electronic interconnection design, assembly and support,
Nobody can touch us.
It's about
AMP. Get there first.
Tonight on Rivera Live, we'll have the latest updates as another week comes to a close in the O.J. Simpson trial, plus the results of our latest Prodigy poll. And later, big changes in Washington this week. Will they affect you? Find out tonight on Rivera Live.
Next on Dick Cavett. He's written a new book, constantly travels the late-night talk show circuit, and he's been known to act with dogs.
No.
The very versatile Charles Grodin. Next on Dick Cavett.
Every night, Tom Snyder welcomes the brightest stars, the biggest personalities, and the people you want to meet. Join us for the best talk coast to coast. Tom Snyder tonight.
It's not easy staying out of debt. In our Best Bargain segment, a look at how to save money on credit card interest and fees. But you're going to need a scorecard to keep up with this one.
I'm a professional. I would suggest not doing this, especially if you have small children. It could be very dangerous.
Meet Michael Cacase, a New York City financial journalist who knows how to play his cards right.
You got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em.
My strategy is to read the junk mail that comes into my home very carefully. I look, obviously, for the lowest rate for the longest period of time. So I applied for a Chase Visa card to pay off balances on two other cards I had. My GE Services card. It's a Visa Gold card with the AAA affiliation. And my wife's Discover card, and I paid off $2,000 in balances there. Those cards were carrying rates of over 14 and 16% respectively. Thank goodness along came a First USA Gold card that offered a 5.9% rate with convenience checks. I carried the balance on there, and sure enough, along came an offer from Bank of New York on their Consumer's Edge card for a rate of 6.9%, which will be good until January of 1995.
So is Michael Cacase finally out of debt?
I was almost out of debt, and then along came an offer from the New York Rangers to buy season tickets. Right now, I look at them. They're very beautiful to look at, and shedding a tear that I haven't actually had a chance to use them. Waiting for them to decide how much money I'm going to get back.
Get what you pay for and don't pay at all. That's our next guest slogan. Also title of her book, which provides strategies, guidelines, and addresses of what to do and where to turn if you think you've been taken for a ride. She's Donna McCrowan, and she's welcome here to Money Tonight. Nice
Hi.
to see you.
Nice to see you.
Perfect kind of guest for our show. We just saw a credit card juggler. What are the advantages of using a credit card?
Well, aside from, everything he had to say and the obvious, you do have a further advantage, if you've for instance, booked an airline or booked a hotel or whatever, and you're not getting satisfaction from the hotel, from the airline, certainly another option you have is to contact, write to your credit card company and request a chargeback. And what that means is they'll credit your account pending investigation. If it turns out that you're right, the credit will remain on your account and you're not paying for this thing that is not, what you wanted to get. I mean, that's the key, is you've got to play fair. But if, for instance, you were supposed to get this bargain hotel room that had all these amenities and they're not there, you shouldn't have to pay for what you didn't get.
Right.
So credit card is good for that.
In your book, you say only 4% of the population complains, and that is an amazing statistic because we all are told to complain and we'll get action.
Yeah, well, what happens is they run and they complain to their friends and their family. Or sometimes they'll complain right on the spot. They'll be very aggressive and very abusive, and they'll complain to the wrong person, and they'll make it a very personal argument. Doesn't get you anywhere. In fact, you've alienated the person who might help you. That's not a good plan. Or you say something stupid like, "You'll hear from my lawyer," but you're not going to contact your lawyer, and then the person says, "I see, my job is to smile until this crazy lady goes away," and then that's the end of it. But I don't think it's the end of it until you've gotten satisfaction.
All right, the shopping time is coming up with a lot of people for the holiday seasons. There's going to be problems with refunds. What do you suggest there?
Well, one of the big things I suggest is that you know what you're getting into. You do your homework. You compare prices if it's going to be a big appliance or whatever. If you're buying something on the basis of an ad, you keep a copy of the ad. You start a file, because if they don't comply with what they said they were going to do, you want to be able to prove in writing, "You cheated me, you lied. Here's what it says." When you write the letters, you want to send a copy to them. You may have to send a copy to Consumer Affairs, whoever, but you have it in writing. Also, if you talk to a salesperson and somebody makes additional promises, additional commitments, you want to write down the name of the salesperson, the date of the conversation. Are you sure this is true? If somebody gives you a warranty or a guarantee verbally, and they don't have it in writing, you can say, "Do you mind if I write this down so you can sign it for me?"
There you go. Have the documents. Thank you very much.
Very
Donna
welcome.
McCrowan. And the book is Get What You Pay For or Don't Pay at All. Thanks very much. Well, you don't have to travel far to have a great vacation.
We're going to fill you in on all the bargains that are just a hop, skip, and a jump away from you. And the best in what's new in high-tech gadgets and gizmos when Money Tonight continues.
This is CNBC.
This program is sponsored by the Burger Funds.
I'm Bill Berger, a father and a grandfather, and I know kids have big dreams. As a parent, you want to help your children reach their dreams. But with college costs being what they are, the only way to make dreams possible for tomorrow is if you start to save today. At the Burger Funds, we made it easy for you to get going, with low minimums of $250 to start, $50 thereafter. Choose between the Burger 100, a growth fund, and Burger 101, a growth and income fund. For over 19 years, both funds have helped thousands of investors reach for their dreams. To learn more, call 1-800-333-1001 for a free investment fact kit complete with a prospectus. After all, kids will always have big dreams. We just like to help you make them come true.
Appearances can be deceiving. For example, do you see two faces or a goblet? Which line is longer, A or B? Is this the interior of a full-size luxury car with room for 5 and standard dual airbags? Actually, it's the fully equipped Mercury Tracer, the small car that will change the way you look at small cars. Tracer from Mercury. Now, is this Mercury Tracer half empty or half full?
Why the Raymond James Financial Group? Because we believe that stocks should be a part of nearly everyone's portfolio. But how do you determine which stocks would best complement your portfolio?
As a Raymond James retailing analyst, I'm proud to be part of a team whose long-term research results are ranked #1 on Wall Street. How do we stay on top? By carefully checking retail chains until we find the best fit, and then only recommending the select few stocks which we believe will outperform the market.
Working with quality research, we're committed to helping investors like you develop individual long-term investment and financial plans with diversified portfolios designed to achieve your goals. The Raymond James Financial Group, with 800 locations in the U.S. and abroad. For our current stock recommendations, call 800-272-0568 today and learn why so many entrust their financial well-being to us. The Raymond James Financial Group. We're concerned about you and your financial well-being.
It's Friday, getaway day. Think I'm excited? But we've been talking all week about great getaway deals this winter. Travel expert Arthur Romer says some of the best bargains are closer to home.
We've been talking throughout the week about all sorts of exotic travel bargains, mainly overseas, but it's important to remember that the cheapest winter tours are to those old standbys: Orlando, Las Vegas, and Hawaii. To Orlando, every major city has a charter program. From the New York area, a company called R Travel takes you there for $299 per person, including round-trip air, 7 nights at a Days Inn, and a car for the week with unlimited mileage. From numerous other cities, U.S. Air Vacations is today the leader. It has rates of $331 from Baltimore or Boston, $363 from Philadelphia, and $381 from Chicago, again for a 7-night stay with air included. To Hawaii from the West Coast, a tour company called Pleasant Hawaiian Holidays recently shocked the industry with prices as low as $329 for a 7-night stay in Honolulu and round-trip air there from Los Angeles. $329 for a week stay. And finally, all the airlines offer 3-night stays in Las Vegas for rates that start at $319, including air, and go up to $364 from such faraway locations as New York, Boston, or Pittsburgh. It's clear to me that the tour operating industry has come of age in America, offering rates that give you no excuse for staying at home. If you'd like all the details on the 20-some-odd fall-winter vacations that we've been discussing all throughout this week, then simply send a self-addressed stamped envelope to me, Arthur Fromer, at 1841 Broadway, New York, New York, 10023. Have a good trip, have a good vacation. Bon voyage.
Thanks, Arthur. And of all the great travel bargains Arthur Fromer has been talking about this week can be found on file in Prodigy. Just jump to CNBC, click twice on CNBC exclusives. You'll get there.
It is the season for gadgets, and our gadget and gizmo guy, Dick DeBartolo, has taken a gander at the best of what's new. He's brought along the best of the best.
Some new stuff. Every December, Popular Science does the best of what's new, and the gadget guy already owns a lot of that stuff. Oh, but we brought it here to show you what they selected as the best of what's new. Beautiful cordless drill from Panasonic. This guy really develops a lot of torque, and it's not only a drill, but it has 21 settings for driving screws, 21 torque settings.
That's my husband's dream come true.
This guy is reversible, variable speed, and the best part, the battery pack recharges in 15 minutes. You know,
he's in heaven. If he is watching this, he is in heaven.
He needs everything we have.
Don't look at the Christmas gift.
Okay, this is from Black & Decker. It's won many design awards. It's won the Retailer's Choice Award. It's called Snake Light, and what it is, it's like a flashlight. You're working under the sink, no one there to hold the light up. You put this, the light's shining up. You're by yourself at home, and you're working on a project, and you have no one to hold.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll take that too.
Yeah, write that down.
Okay, and there are 3 snake lights.
My Christmas
There's a home version, there's a workshop version with a bracket, and there's a car version that's battery operated but has a cigarette lighter attached.
Oh, very nice.
That's very
really
clever.
neat.
Yeah.
This is really, it's a little hard to see in this light, but this is called Limelight, okay? Limelight, and this is a glow in the dark.
You can see the reflection a little.
But in a dark room, this really glows. What's neat about it is it will never burn out, and in a year it uses 2 cents worth of electricity. Okay, and the same company is designing something new. This did not win an award, but it's so good I thought I'd show it. For joggers.
Oh, that lights up. That's very nice.
I mean, even in this brilliant light, you can see that this is about $35, and this is just starting to appear now in Brookstones. We all love Brookstone. Okay, our next little gadget is called Flashback. You know, about a year ago, they started with these digital tape machines, but they only recorded like for 1 minute. This guy will record for up to a half hour, and there's also an hour cassette available. And when it's digital, there's absolutely
half hour, and there's also an hour cassette.
there's no rewinding, there's no tape in here. It's a solid-state chip. You can pull the cartridges out and record endlessly. It's all on this guy.
That's great for an executive or for a business person.
This has something really spectacular. It's called insert editing. If you're practicing a speech, you can insert a sentence into the speech where you want it to go.
We need
that. We need to buy that for her for Christmas.
From Smith Corona, this is another piece of amazing equipment. What is this little guy? It happens to be a fax machine. Okay, it's
Come on.
Fax machine in the sense that you type the message anywhere up to 4 pages, put any phone, cellular, telephone, payphone up to it, and you can send the fax up to like 200 pages long. Okay.
Let's
and
see,
finally, okay. Next Friday night, immediately after watching Money Tonight, run over to Shakespeare and Company on 81st and Broadway in Manhattan. I'm signing my new book.
We're so proud of you. It's an excellent book.
Thanks so much. You guys are in it. You guys are in it.
Our names are in it too. We've made it.
We've made it to the top, Jan.
Made it. And finally, a special anniversary this week for a game that Dickie D must have played as a young lad. We all did. Candyland, the popular board game, has turned 45. It was first invented by a woman recuperating from polio for kids with polio. It sold for 95 cents then. Today, Candyland is still considered a pretty good deal at $6.
I would say so.
Yeah, we played it.
That's all the time we have for this evening.
But Monday, we'll find out how easy the Easy Mop is to use when it takes the Money Tonight Product Challenge, plus a whole lot more. I'm Janice Lieberman.
And I'm Sue Herrera. We'll see you again Monday for CNBC's Money Tonight. Have a great weekend.
Good night.
If you wish to purchase a copy of the preceding program, please send $5 for a transcript or $19.95 plus $3.50 shipping and handling for a videotape, along with name, air date, and subject of the program to Burrell's, Post Office Box 7, Livingston, New Jersey 07039.
To order Breath Assure, call 800-253-2300. 4 dispensers for only $19.95, plus get 10 single-use packs absolutely free with your order. 800-253-2300. Guaranteed, or your money back. Call now, 800-253-2300.
Coming up, in the wake of a major investigation into U.S. Air's safety record, we'll show you what the fallout could be.
And an annual survey of the best new products for 1995 is out. We'll give you a guided tour of the winners.
And for our latest product challenge, we'll put a highly touted mop up against one tough baby. That's ahead on Money Tonight. Hi, everybody. I'm Sue Herrera.
And I'm Mike Salort. Janice Lieberman is on assignment. Welcome to Money Tonight.
An alarming incident in New York City this morning underscored a new safety warning about small commuter aircraft. Shortly after taking off from Kennedy Airport, the cockpit emergency door fell off an American Eagle commuter plane. The aircraft did land safely, and none of the 16 people aboard were injured. But that comes just as an International Association of Aircraft Passengers advised its 110,000 members to avoid flying on commuter aircraft with less than 31 seats.
We have the least sophisticated airplane operated by the lowest seniority flight crews, operating the most number of hours during the month, into the most poorly equipped airports with the fewest number of instrument landing systems. And when you add those all together, there should be no surprise why these aircraft are having the greatest number of accidents.
The group reported that there have been 29 fatal accidents involving those aircraft over the last 15 years, far higher than the rate for larger planes.
And as one of America's largest airlines safe to fly, a New York Times investigation published yesterday found serious training and safety problems at U.S. Air. Lisa Kesselman has more.
After a series of crashes, U.S. Air has yet another potential disaster on its hands. A scathing front-page article in the New York Times suggesting that 5 crashes in 5 years may be more than sheer coincidence. Despite reassurances from FAA officials, says the article, federal regulators have found continuing problems with training and safety. 9 times, it says, U.S. Air jets took off without enough fuel. Also cited a jet flying for 13 days with a cracked wing.
Scary.
So would you fly U.S. Air?
No.
No. And I fly a lot.
Saying the New York Times article was false and misleading, U.S. Air released its own statement saying an airline either operates safely or it's not allowed to fly. We operate safely and we will continue to do so. U.S. Air, which is $2 billion in debt and expected to lose $400 million this year, is now trying to reduce its costs by $1 billion annually. But critics charge it's that effort to save money that's having a negative impact on safety. Case in point, last year, U.S. Air reduced the number of safety checks to ensure that planes were properly refueled. Still, some passengers are unfazed.
I've flown on U.S. Air since 1964 and never had a problem. That's why I'm here.
I'm going on U.S. Air right now.
By choice?
Yes.
And British Airways, which owns about 25% of U.S. Air, says it sees no reason to doubt its safety record. Lisa Castleman for Money Tonight.
The Environmental Protection Agency is considering stronger warning labels on insecticide house foggers. The reason? As we've reported here, some cans have exploded or caught fire, causing serious damage and injury. The problems usually occur when too many cans are used and pilot lights on stoves or heaters are left on. The EPA would require warnings that the insecticide is extremely flammable and a symbol depicting an explosion. Manufacturers reply that would overstate the danger. A final decision is expected early next year.
For many years, they were considered unemployable. But now there's good news for people with disabilities. New technology is helping them to reap the benefits of a growing economy. NBC's Bob Abernathy has more.
Back in the 70s, when he first began using computers, Don Dalton could type only by using a mouse stick. But now he simply talks to a computer, and it types for him at the rate of up to 80 words a minute.
Begin spell mode. Sierra. Tango.
Dalton, who was paralyzed 25 years ago after a diving accident, is in the business of helping other disabled people use modern technology to become independent. His company, Micro Overflow, is about to have its first $1 million year, and the reason is simple.
Well, the ability to use assistive technology to erase the disability as it relates to the job description.
The disabled are potentially an enormous employment force. Of the up to 22 million willing and able to work, more than 2/3 are unemployed. Linda Peralta wants to work, but she's blind and feels discriminated against.
Everyone is hesitant. They seem to think you're not competitive or that you're not going to be able to keep up with the sighted employees.
Peralta is now trying to come up with $7,000 to buy equipment for her computer, which would allow her to start her own business translating children's books into Braille. A scanner would read to her.
Presence of the disability, no matter how severe.
There are 4,000 pieces of so-called assistive technology for sale these days. For people who can't use their hands, there's a headset which uses ultrasonic waves to direct the mouse. Just point the cursor and blow into a tube. Another device called eye gaze runs a computer by scanning a person's eye. A camera takes 30 pictures of the eye every second and sends along the commands.
Present inventions to manufacture ears.
Urban Mayares, himself blind from diabetes, is president of the National Disabled Business Persons Association in San Diego.
A person with a disability is almost twice as likely to be self-employed, primarily because of the frustration in getting employment from others.
In fact, estimates are that the number of businesses owned by the disabled is up more than 20% over the past 5 years.
The market for assistive technology is valued at nearly $500 million. That's due in part to enactment in 1990 of the Americans with Disabilities Act. That law says the disabled must be given the same access and opportunities as the able-bodied.
I have short-term memory loss.
For Mark Eidson, the computer is his memory. 7 years ago, he suffered a brain hemorrhage that few survive. He decided not to resume his career as a high-powered business consultant.
If you talk funny or you walk funny or something, you are put at the bottom of the scale then.
But after being overwhelmed by hospital paperwork themselves, Eidson and his wife decided to go into business helping others sort out their medical bills. Now their company makes more than $1 million a year. Making money is only part of the mission for these entrepreneurs. Diana Creer-Bertie and her husband Jack Bertie have cerebral palsy. Diana can't speak and has great trouble controlling her movements. But now she enters commands into a computer, which acts as her voice. For the first time in her life, she was able to wish her mother a happy birthday.
It was really a fantastic feeling.
Because of assistive technology, the disabled who are willing can now do for themselves. Bob Abernethy, NBC News, Washington.
Allow you to take note.
Well, we've said it before and we're going to say it again. Lock in your mortgage rates now. The Federal Reserve's interest rate setting committee meets behind closed doors tomorrow, and the betting is that they will raise rates for the 6th time, they say, to keep a lid on inflation. The announcement could come right after the meeting, or not. Stay tuned.
Well, up next, the best new products coming up for 1995. We'll have a preview.
Also, good news for subscribers to computer online services. As a new giant jumps into the fray, price wars could be on the way.
And big bargains led to a bridal brouhaha at one super discount store. Details ahead as Money Tonight continues.
This program is sponsored by the Burger Funds.
I'm Bill Berger, a father and a grandfather, and I know kids have big dreams. As a parent, you want to help your children reach their dreams. But with college costs being what they are, the only way to make dreams possible for tomorrow is if you start to save today. At the Burger Funds, we've made it easy for you to get going, with low minimums of $250 to start, $50 thereafter. Choose between the Burger 100, a growth fund, and Burger 101, a growth and income fund. For over 19 years, both funds have helped thousands of investors reach for their dreams. To learn more, call 1-800-333-1001 for a free investment fact kit complete with a prospectus. After all, kids will always have big dreams. We just like to help you make them come true.
Today, it's not just how well you make your product, it's how fast you get it to market.
It's about time, get there first. It's about AMP, get there first. It's about time.
We're AMP.
Wherever you are, we are.
As the world leader in electronic interconnection systems,
Nobody can touch us.
It's about AMP.
AMP. Get there first.
In today's world, it is difficult to find things that are still made by hand. It is not, however, difficult to recognize them. Acura. Some things are worth the price.
This program has been brought to you by Acura. Some things are worth the price. Next on Tim Russert, change is sweeping Washington. From health care to welfare to balancing the budget. Can the new Republican Congress succeed where Bill Clinton has failed? We'll ask NBC's Lisa Myers next on Tim Russert.
You can make small miracles happen for a child, a family, and a community living in poverty overseas. For more information, call Child Reach, 1-800-826-1110.
Welcome back. No problem seems too tough for our answer man to solve. Stephen Pollan has been going through the viewer mailbag and he's ready for some action. Nice to see you.
It's good to see you, and I am ready for action. And I'm going to blow my horn about this one.
Uh-oh. Our letter tonight comes from Hermina of West Orange, New Jersey. She went to Andy's Family Music Center to buy a clarinet for her niece. Hermina had to trust the salesperson since she didn't know anything about clarinets and bought the recommended model for $350. She was told that if she found a lower price, the store would refund the difference. Well, she did find a lower price and went back to the store for that refund, but she was then told that she needed written proof of that lower quote. When she asked why they hadn't told her that before, the conversation turned rather ugly. She stormed out of the store on a sour note, and she wrote to the answer man for help. Well, Stephen?
Well, Hermina really did need to prove that she deserved a refund without something in writing. Andy's family-friendly Santa had no reason to believe her, that she had really found a lower price. We contacted Andy's to make sure they'd stand by their lowest price guarantee if we got involved. Andy himself said yes. We then got a written price quote from Manny's Music in New York City and sent it to Andy. Hermina will now be getting back her $100.
Very good.
Well, you know, the mistake here was that she got ballistic. She believed that they didn't believe her. I mean, she said, after all, I can buy it for $100, and they said, prove it, and she got angry, and that simply doesn't work when you're trying to do a deal with someone who has sold you merchandise and who has made a guarantee like this. Okay. You want to keep that playing field level.
Thank you, Stephen Paulin. If you have a problem and you'd like Stephen to help, drop him a line at The Answer Man, 2200 Fletcher Avenue, Fort Lee, New Jersey, 07024. 2200 Fletcher Avenue, Fort Lee, New Jersey, 07024. Stephen would love to answer every letter, but he can't, but he will try and help out if he possibly can.
Now, what will you get for those people on your holiday gift list? Popular Science magazine has released its annual list of the best new products. So we sent our gadget and gizmo guy, Dick DeBartolo, to take a look.
People often ask, how does the gadget and gizmo guy live? Well, this is my backyard. You know, I need cars because, hey, I'm the gadget guy. Actually, I'm at Tavern on the Green, and we're here for Popular Science's The Best Of series. That's where they pick the best 100 gadgets of 1994. A lot of cars are included. This is the Ford Explorer. What's unique about this is you're driving in two-wheel drive. If it senses one of the wheels is slipping, it automatically goes into four-wheel drive. And this is the Mercedes with the new diesel engine. This diesel engine is approved for emission control in all 50 states. And the Honda van over there, that has something really unique. You know, when you need extra cargo space, you have to take the back seat out. In this van, the back seat folds down into the floor. Really convenient. But the gadgets are really inside. So let's go check them out. Hey, this is Weed Eater, and it is the solar-powered lawnmower, powered by these solar cells here. Your only work is you have to just bury the wire so the mower knows the area you want to use. One of the themes here is less is more. You know, less work with the lawnmower, less water with this toilet. What are some of the advantages of this?
This toilet flushes on 2.5 quarts of water. It has a power rinse, so you get a nice clean bowl. It has a full water stir. It macerates the solids so that you get a liquefied flush.
The Tidy Bowl Man is history.
And so is the Roto-Rooter.
Let's do it.
It sells for around $4.95.
I don't know what to do next, so I'm going to ask my Timex Data Link watch. You type in all your appointments for the day on your PC, hit a button, the PC actually transmits the information to your watch. And you know what my watch says? It says it's time to move on. If you bought a satellite dish, it was 6 or 8 feet across. This is the new RCA satellite dish. It's only 18 inches. It costs between $700 and $900, and you still subscribe to cable, but you'll get digital, crystal clear reception. 42 million Americans go biking every year, so you might be interested in this guy. It's called ProFlex. It has shock absorbers fore and aft. There's a whole range of bikes. They go from $500 to $1,600. Something brand new in washing machines. This is called the System 2000. You can save $150 to $200 a year on energy costs because it uses less water, less detergent, and I actually washed something in here. The things they make me do. There's a brand new dryer. We're going to dry my shorts. All right, my shorts are clean. Now I'm going to dry them in the EPRI microwave dryer. This dries clothes faster than a regular dryer and cooler. It's about $200 more than a regular dryer, but since it's faster, it keeps up with your washing machine. This is called Batter Up. It electronically puts you in the batter's cage. I'm terrible at that. We'll try and find someone who could... Kid, do you know... Kid, it's Keith Fernandez. Show us how this guy works.
Okay, just press the start button.
Start.
And let it rip.
And, oh, it looks really realistic. Here comes another end. He swings and... Oh, almost. Well, for money tonight, we're at the Tavern on the Green ballpark. Dick DeBartolo.
Our quote of the week is, it emascerates the solids.
I don't know whether that toilet's going to be on my Christmas list, but if you think the computer network system is busy enough right now, another service is going online.
And it's mop versus baby in our Monday product challenge. We'll tell you who won.
This is CNBC.
From the city by the bay.
Real effect there, and most important of all, what's in it for him? What does he want? He wants to keep his job. He doesn't want to raise his budget. He doesn't want problems with other people who are going to say, oh, you gave Steve a raise, now I want one too. So you need to think through all of that package so that there's a dialogue between us, not just, hi, I'm here, I want my money, but rather to start with, what are your problems? What problems would it create for you if you gave me a raise? And now let me tell you why you should.
All right, you said something very interesting to me before we went on the air, though, and that's, it's not just talking that's the problem. When we're on the other end, we don't know how to listen.
Yes, we've lost it, and we've lost it actually because of television. Sorry to tell you that, folks, but it's true. Television now spells things out so well. You speak so quickly, so succinctly, and there's all sorts of graphics underneath that also help us remember, so that we don't have to work very hard to tune into somebody. We'll get it one way or another, and we've learned inattention. We also are not often motivated to listen because not many people say, this is for you because this is going to interest you. This is important for you. But they start right off saying, let me tell you what I think. Let me tell you what I want to say. Well, that's not interesting to me yet.
So how do I make myself interested in what you have to say?
First of all, it's my job.
Okay.
I have to get you interested in what I have to say. But the way you tune in, if you're a poor listener, is to think in terms of consequence. If I give you an idea, at the end of it, I'm going to say, what do you think, Steve? Well, I haven't been thinking about it, you see? And even if you said I haven't been thinking about it, that's my job again to stimulate you.
And I really want their opinion. You know what? You and I have to do a whole show together sometime.
That's for me.
All right?
Thank you.
Once again, the book is called How to Talk So People Listen, The Real Key to Job Success. My guests have been Sonia Hamlin. Thank you very much for being with us.
Thank you.
Now listen, for the rest of us, the holidays are coming. We're coming for you too. The holidays are coming, and so are the mail order catalogs. What you need to know before you shop by phone. And don't forget about the furriest members of the family. Great gadgets and gizmos for your pets as Money Tonight rolls on for a Friday. Stay with us. Woof.
This is CNBC.
Every day, you and your employees struggle against a formidable foe. The dark specter of uncertainty, the ever-present threat of serious illness, of an unforeseen disability, of the end of life itself. Protect your employees with the knowledge you can depend on for long-term disability and other employee benefits. Fortis, a $100 billion world leader providing solid answers for a changing world.
Still using a full commission broker? You could be missing out on a lot. Like a broker who's available anytime you want. Or state-of-the-art investment software that's easy to use. To get both, trade up to Schwab. At Charles Schwab, you can manage your investments around the clock. And Street Smart software lets you place trades, get quotes, even research stocks. And at Schwab, you'll enjoy low commissions too.
For a better way to trade up to Schwab.
Just discovered something quite shocking. Most ordinary credit cards charge interest from the moment you buy something, if you carry a balance as little as $1. Thankfully, American Express has introduced a new credit card called the Optima True Grace Card. It has a low interest rate if you choose to extend payment, no annual fee if you use it 3 times a year, and you get an interest-free grace period on each new purchase, even when you carry a balance. It's a good thing. But don't just throw away your old credit cards. Recycle them. I'm retiling my swimming pool. Apply today. Call 1-800-4-OPTIMA. The sooner you apply for the new Optima True Grace credit card from American Express, the sooner you'll cut your interest charges. It's a good thing. And keep recycling those old credit cards. Apply today. Call 1-800-4-OPTIMA.
Welcome back to Money Tonight. 'Tis the season to spend it, isn't it? Just 37 days till Christmas, 10 days till the first night of Hanukkah. But there's plenty of time to shop if you let your fingers do the walking through the catalogs. As WRC-TV's Elizabeth Crenshaw reports, hey, why shop until you drop when you can snuggle up to the phone?
Get your item number, please.
Okay. 2845.
Another day, another phone order pours into the offices of Smithsonian Catalog. By the time this year ends, the Smithsonian will take in $30 million from phone calls just like this.
Business is doing very well right now. We are actually seeing an increase in business, and of course in catalog shopping. People are shopping later because they're so sure that the Smithsonian will be able to get that package to them in time, and we can.
So do others, apparently. Mail order companies ship 13.5 billion with a B catalogs each year. You will probably receive at least 100 catalogs at your mailbox by December. Catalog companies say the secret to their success is convenience and service.
When somebody places a call today at noon, if you place your order today by noon, it will be going to our picking line tomorrow morning. It will be out the door tomorrow, and you should be receiving anywhere from 5 to 7 days.
So while you're sitting at home sipping your coffee, the folks here are packing your order to make sure that this whimsical penguin gets to your cousin in time for the holidays. But as convenient as catalog shopping may be, there are things you should know before you pick up the phone and dial that 800 number. The good news is this year, the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, has increased protection for catalog shoppers. Now the FTC protection covers not only those who catalog shop by mail, but also protects your order over the phone or computer or fax machine. By law, a company must ship your order within the time stated in its ads. If no time is promised, the company must ship your order within 30 days. You're also protected if your order is delayed. You have the right to agree to the delay or to cancel your order and also to get a prompt refund. But even then, before you buy, you should check the company's return and refund policy, check the shipping charges, comparison shop with other catalogs, and don't forget that you can bargain on both prices and shipping costs.
How many items will you ship out of here today, and how busy does it get? Today we will ship approximately about 2,700 items out of here, and as we build to the Christmas holiday season, we will ship approximately 8,000 items a day, and by that time we'll be exhausted.
Elizabeth Crenshaw for Money Tonight.
Okay, I'm all set with the family. They just get a lump of coal anyway. But what am I going to get my cute little puppy doggy, Nikki? Now, that's important. Dick DeBartolo, the gadget and gizmo guy, is here with a sample of what to get the pet who has everything this holiday season. Look at this.
It's for the pet. It's for the pet owners. The first is actually an invention from Virginia. Looks like Pregin. She's a senior citizen and a mother of 7 dogs. And she came up with Pet Mitt, and their slogan is, it's not just the law, it's your duty. And Pet Mitt is 100 of these gloves on a roll, and it's so you can clean up after your pet. Because if you have a St. Bernard, you probably want to do something different. But you use the glove, you do the thing, you turn the glove inside out, and it comes with a bunch of these guys, 100 of these. So, you know, dog owners like to clean up after their pets, right?
Let me have it for the script when I'm through.
Okay, very good. Okay, this guy is called Bowser Bowl, and it is the insect-free doggy dish. And why is that? Is when you get it home, you take the top off, you fill this ring with water. Because the bowl is suspended over that, the bugs get to the water, and there's no way for them to get onto the food dish.
For those of us who've been buying bug food and our dogs get a little, so.
I don't.
They eat the bugs.
Oh, the bugs come and eat the food.
Right.
Okay, very good. Okay. Bowser Bowl, the insect-free dog dish. Okay, this little guy, it's tiny here. It's called Happy Walker, and we got a shot of it here. This goes on a doggy leash, and if the dog pulls a lot, when the dog pulls, it pushes against this button, and it makes a whistling sound, which should startle the dog and get him to stop pulling. Now, my dog is perfect when my dog walks, but I dog sit a little dog who pulls a lot. So, Biscuit, watch out, because I'm bringing this home, okay? That's Happy Walk. These little guys are great. These are cookie jars, okay? We have the doggy cookie jar.
Oh!
A little barking guy, and so you can put your doggy treats in there, and I'm sure when the doggies hear those sounds, they'll come running. And just going to show a neat catalog here, because a lot of the last two items are from Pedigrees, and they have some neat gift ideas, like this gift basket. What I love about the gift basket, it's full of doggy treats, but when you're done, the basket is rawhide. So they get to eat the treats.
Oh, look at that. Isn't that cute?
Then
Yes,
they get to eat the basket. And Pedigrees has something I really like as a pet gift. It's a collar where they sort of embroider in your dog's name and your phone number. And the dog will not lose it. So that's a real good safety.
All right, thank you. Listen, can we mention that you're going to be appearing at the Mid-Ohio Con?
It's called the Mid-Ohio Con, which means
it's a comic convention
in Columbus, Ohio. Thanksgiving Day weekend, I'll be there Saturday and Sunday signing my book.
Your book.
And the royalties from the book will be donated to the March of Dimes.
The March of Dimes, isn't that
okay?
Nice?
Yeah.
Well, on that note, let me just say that's all we have time for now. But next week, with the holidays right around the corner, we'll take a look at the best airfares still available for that last-minute getaway. Now, for Janice and Sue, I'm Steve Gundel. Join us Monday for Money Tonight. Have a great weekend.
This is a CNBC News Break. I'm Sheila Steinbach. Forget the hurricane. Gordon is once again a storm, and now it's heading south. Forecasters have been thrown off course by Gordon. It has zigzagged along the shore, sweeping through southern Florida and pounding Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Now forecasters say the storm seems to be getting weaker. The South Carolina mother accused of killing her two small boys may be forced to undergo a psychiatric evaluation. Tired and tearful, Susan Smith appeared in court today. The judge says he'll decide within 10 days whether to order the evaluation. Overseas, a curfew is on in the Gaza Strip after a violent day there. 13 people are dead, more than 150 hurt as Palestinians clash with police. Members of the radical group Hamas claim PLO leader Yasser Arafat ordered the police to fire on his own people. The Dow closed down more than 12 points. We'll have another news break in just a half hour.
Next, the hottest stars in conversation Cabot style, The Dick Cabot Show. Then it's never politics as usual on Equal Time with Mary Matalin and exciting guests.
Leanne Bryant relies on a lot of things to help her test new outdoors equipment. Experience, knowledge, strength, and CompuServe. She joined CompuServe when she started her own business and found ways to work smarter. Through CompuServe, she meets other experts in her field. She books her own travel to save time. And she stays a step ahead of the weather. And when she has a question about software, CompuServe has the answer. For more information about CompuServe, call 1-800-554-4046. Start with the basics, news, travel, an encyclopedia, and more for just $8.95 a month. Then go beyond for free software and help with hardware and software problems. And we were the first online service to introduce multimedia interactive CD-ROM capabilities with CompuServe CD. CompuServe, the information service you won't outgrow.
Tonight on Rivera Live, a bad week for the judge in the O.J. Simpson case. First, Edos blasted for a controversial TV interview. Now questions...
Well, how did you find out your phone was cloned?
Received a phone bill for about $760, and my average bill is usually $40 to $50, and was quite shocked.
Here's what was shocking. Calls all over the place. Denver, Boise, Culiacan, Mexico, Oahu, Bakersfield, and Hyattville, Maryland. And how do you know your cellular phone is being cloned? You don't. You could be riding on the freeway like I'm doing now. You could be at home. Your car could be in a garage. It could be parked. Someone could lift that electronic serial number without your knowledge. Yeah, hello. It's easy to clone a phone with the right kind of equipment. This cell phone device monitors calls and reads out phone numbers. It's used legitimately to repair and install cell phones. But homemade devices like these have shown up on the black market.
Here it's indicating a Motorola and a phone number that was dialed from that Motorola phone.
I found out just how easy it was to rip off somebody's cell phone number. Cell phone specialist Walter Ryan and a technician stood on this Hollywood freeway overpass looking for electronic serial numbers, or ESNs.
There's another ESN right there. Let's see if we get another one.
But is there any way at this point, really, to stop people from stealing cellular phone numbers and using them illegally?
No, not at all. Not whatsoever.
In the hour that I spent with these technicians, we could have cloned more than 50 cellular telephone numbers from unsuspecting motorists. Phone companies are fighting back against the cellular phone rip-off artists. There are now new high-tech devices to stop the mega million-dollar scam. But one way to check to see if your cell phone is cloned is simply to call your own number. And if you don't answer, you know you've been cloned. I'm David Horowitz in Los Angeles for Money Tonight.
Good point. When we return, earn $30,000 working just 3 months a year. That's what the ad says. We'll check it out.
Also, junk mail finds a new life and a productive use. We'll show you how.
And we'll tell you about the rumored buyer of a multi-million-dollar apartment. Could Michael Jackson soon have a royal neighbor? Stay with us and find out.
This is CNBC.
This shop is very much different now. Ford customers told us what they wanted. We have people up on the drive that greet them as soon as they come in. Their car is written up within a few minutes, and once we get the repair order in hand, we get a pretty good idea where to go and what we're looking for. The top priority is fix it right the first time, on time. Quality care standards, it must work pretty good. We get letters, cards, a handshake now and then. You know, people let us know. This is what they want.
Quality care people, quality care standards at your Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealer.
Do you know which types of mutual funds are performing best right now? Get the answers when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Call now and you'll also get a free guide to understanding money and investing. It focuses on the risks and the rewards of investments. Get your guide free when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Get 10 weeks of the Journal for just $36 and the guide free with your paid subscription. Call toll-free 800-845-6006. That's 800-845-6006.
I've just discovered something quite shocking. Most ordinary credit cards charge interest from the moment you buy something, if you carry a balance as little as $1. Thankfully, American Express has introduced a new credit card called the Optima True Grace Card. It has a low interest rate if you choose to extend payment, no annual fee if you use it 3 times a year, and you get an interest-free grace period on each new purchase, even when you carry a balance. It's a good thing. But don't just throw away your old credit cards. Recycle them. I'm retiling my swimming pool. Apply today. Call 1-800-4-OPTIMA. The sooner you apply for the new Optima True Grace credit card from American Express, the sooner you'll cut your interest charges. It's a good thing. And keep recycling those old credit cards. Apply today. Call 1-800-4-OPTIMA.
One of the worst things about all that junk mail we get is the waste of endless amounts of paper. Well, one company has come up with a unique way to reuse it all. Steve Dunlop has the story from New Jersey.
For most of us, it goes right from the mailbox into the trash can. The blizzard of catalogs, coupons, and general pleas for your money, more commonly known as junk mail. This man wants yours.
Well, here's a real estate buyer's guide. Here's a flyer from a Pathmark supermarket.
Nick Markoulis says there's gold in that thar junk. He's president of Markel Paper, an Elmwood Park, New Jersey-based company that's one of the largest toilet paper manufacturers in the Northeast.
This is material that has come in from hundreds of municipalities in the New York metropolitan area. It's junk mail, it's old catalogs, magazines, it's school papers, throwouts from lawyers' files.
And it all would have wound up in landfills because till recently, glossy multi-source paper like this was uneconomical to reuse. But thanks to the increasing popularity of recycling, the price for waste paper has nearly tripled in the last 2 years to roughly $25 to $50 a ton, depending on the grade. Markel, which has been recycling other grades of paper since the 1940s, developed a process for recycling junk mail and other multi-source paper. Then it had to convince some 300 local governments in New York and New Jersey to collect their household junk mail and send it here. That, it turns out, wasn't hard at all.
They make money by bringing it to us instead of losing money by sending it to landfill, and we turn it into useful product.
It's excellent. I mean, instead of cutting down trees, cutting down more trees in the rainforest, we got over here recycling.
Junk mail in, toilet paper out. Not only a politically correct reuse of our resources, but some would say particularly appropriate. Steve Dunlop, News 4, Elmwood Park.
One man who saves his mail is our answer man, Stephen Paul, and we value the letters we receive from our viewers and even try to lend a helping hand. We don't turn it into toilet paper.
Absolutely. No, certainly
turn it into
not.
magic.
Right, an opportunity.
An opportunity. Our first letter is from Mark of El Paso, Texas. He's looking for work wherever he can find it. So Mark was interested in a classified ad promising salaries of $30,000 for 3 months' work in Alaska. But to get the details, he'd have to send $70. Mark wants to know if this is a steal or deal.
Now, what do you think? Asking for an advance fee in exchange for a job is a classic rip-off, a classic tip-off to a rip-off. We called up the company and found this Alaskan employment agency located in the warm state of California, manned by 30 telephone people. They promised us plenty of great jobs were available if we just paid their fee. They also told us that there was a money-back guarantee. But we've heard that song and dance before. The only job here is a con job. Stay away from any employment opportunity that wants money before you can get a job.
What about this particular company? Know anything about it?
Yes, I sure do. I called it myself. And I said, I was a plumber looking for a job in Alaska. Oh, many opportunities in Alaska. And then I said, tell me about your guarantee. We have a guarantee. Read it to me. I'm sorry, it's in the package. Read it to me and I'll buy it. Wait, I'll put on my manager, the manager. Read it to me. It's in the package. Hung up. Oh, but he said, call the Better Business Bureau and check. So we called the Better Business Bureau in New Orleans, and they said, have them read you the guarantee first.
So nobody wants to do that.
It's a scam. It's ridiculous.
Write that in there. Hang up the phone.
Right.
All right. right. Our next letter comes from Thomas of Memphis, Tennessee. Back in 1987, he received a $100 gift certificate for the Circuit City electronics stores. But it was Christmas, and the certificate was, well, somehow lost among all the mayhem. Now, after 7 years, it turned up with some old decorations. But when Thomas tried to redeem it, he was told it was only good for 1 year. Well, that really didn't make any sense to him, so he wrote to the answer man for help on that.
Well, I was itching to help. It was 7 years. We called the store.
That's good.
We called the store that turned Thomas's certificate down, and the manager apologized for the misunderstanding. It seems Thomas came into the store at a very busy time, and his problem could not be handled correctly at the time. They promised, however, to honor his $100 credit when he comes in next.
Is there a statute of limitations on a gift certificate?
No, there generally isn't. It's a promise to pay, and it's probably good any time. Even if they have a rule that says there's a limitation, you can talk to a store like Circuit City. They've always been very nice to our viewers.
All right, as long as that's your only 7-year itch.
That's the only itch.
If you've got a problem you'd like Seaman to help, drop him a line and write to the answer man at 2200 Fletcher Avenue, Fort Lee, New Jersey, 07024. Once again, 2200 Fletcher Avenue, Fort Lee, New Jersey, 07024. Please understand he can't answer every letter, but he'll help you out if he can, and you usually can.
And you may soon find Britain's Princess Diana at a much swankier address. The New York Post reports that she's moving to that city's Trump Tower apartment building. If the report is true, and we should tell you it's been officially denied, she'll pay about $3.5 million for a high-floor apartment with unbelievable views. And her neighbors, well, they could be Michael Jackson, Steven Spielberg, or Elton John, just to name a few.
And big money is also what you want to find in what's being called the most expensive store window in the world. It's delighting window shoppers right now in Amsterdam. The window contains diamonds worth some $4 million US, but the would-be thieves can forget smashing the glass to get the goods. The diamonds are protected by 4 diamond rattlesnakes that are extremely poisonous. The window is just one of the number that are in an around the world competition that seeks to find the most creative window dresser. That's very creative, and we'll stay away from that one.
Hands off that one.
Yeah.
That's all the time we have for this evening.
But tomorrow, bring the junk out of your attic and find out if it's worth anything. Our favorite collectible expert will be here to take your calls, and we'll tell you if you've got a trash or a treasure. I'm Janice Lieberman.
And I'm Sue Herrera. So we'll see you again tomorrow night for CNBC's Money Tonight.
Good night.
Luxury after luxury. Safety feature after safety feature. And we still couldn't make it boring. Presenting the BMW of luxury cars.
Have you noticed that more and more people each year are going into the office less and less? In fact, this year, 40 million Americans will be going home to work in their own home offices. And for all these home professionals, Hewlett-Packard has now created the Office Jet. It's a printer, a fax machine, and a copier all in one. And it's so affordable and so complete. All you need is an HP Office Jet, and you're in business.
Next, the hottest stars and conversation Cabot style, The Dick Cabot Show. Then it's never politics as usual on equal time with Mary Matalin and exciting guests.
Announcing the AT&T Family Magic Sweepstakes, a chance to win something truly magical from AT&T True Rewards.
How about something for the kids? A vacation at Disney World, perhaps.
Timmy would love to meet Mickey.
Mickey would love to meet you. So enter the AT&T Family Magic Sweepstakes today. Your family might win one of 250 free trips to Disney World or one of 100,000 other great prizes. Call 1-800-ATT2-WIN.
My husband and I love your 3 miles a minute.
The Family Magic Sweepstakes is our way of celebrating a new partnership with Disney that adds magic to AT&T True Rewards. Now you can use AT&T True Rewards points toward anything from free miles and minutes to Disney merchandise and Disney vacations.
Anything Disney is fine. Don't forget the Disney Channel.
If you're an AT&T True Rewards member, you're automatically entered in the Family Magic Sweepstakes. If you're not, call now before time runs out. 1-800-ATT2-WIN.
Your true voice.
Tonight on Rivera Live.
Is illegitimacy the biggest social problem facing the country? Is it the smoking gun?
The intended recipient, the card holder, calls into a telephone number.
But other companies still have not gone far enough to protect their customers. According to consumer groups, millions of unprotected cards still go through the mails every year. Take, for example, phone credit cards currently being mailed out by Sprint. The cards are packaged in boldly labeled envelopes that suggest that a credit card is inside. And the card in the envelope is active. Anyone can use it right away to make long-distance calls. When we contacted Sprint about its unprotected cards, company spokesman Jerry Rhodes gave us this statement. Sprint has never had a problem with credit card fraud from mail theft. The company in general has the most secure system in the industry. It monitors constantly for unusual activity and immediately intervenes when fraud is detected. But Rhodes went on to say that because of our story, Sprint will take another look at its procedures. But while Sprint may be making its cards more fraud-proof, other cards still pose a credit risk to customers. Sigma Group International's Robert Disney has this advice for those card holders.
They really need to be thinking in terms of the security of their card. And certainly a company that offers a telephone activation and a company that offers a photograph right on the card, in my judgment, would be better than those that don't offer that.
Fortunately, if you're the victim of credit card fraud, the most you'll have to pay is $50. But getting your account and your credit rating cleared up may take many phone calls and lots of time. So it's in your best interest to pick a card that offers the most security.
Mike, who pays for all this fraud?
Of course, there's no free ride. We do. When credit card companies have this large bill, they pass it on to us one way or the other.
All right, Mike, thanks very much.
Sure.
We'll follow up with Sprint.
Yeah.
Keeping your home safe is up next, the latest in new, inexpensive security devices.
And cheap rooms in pricey hotels. Get ready to write down these phone numbers. It'll save you big bucks on your next trip.
Ever heard of consumer comedy? Well, coming up, we'll take a look at annoying ads.
This is CNBC.
You always had dreams, big dreams, 18-room castle in the sand dreams. Hey, you were gonna pitch Game 7 of the big series, remember? You were gonna frug with the Go-Go Girls on Hullabaloo. Yeah. You were gonna learn bar chords and jam with Blue Oyster Cult. Dreams. Dreams are what drive us. But sometimes life is good. You get to drive your dream.
This is a MasterCard, okay? It doesn't make you special. Actually, maybe it does. I mean, right now, the Master Values program can save you up to 25% on all kinds of stuff. You just get the Master Values coupon thingy from your statement, go to one of the stores on the list and say, hey, I got a MasterCard, how about a deal? And they'll say, for you, no problem. So I guess MasterCard really does mean you're special. Just don't let it go to your head. MasterCard, it's more than a credit card, it's smart money. Look in your store for even more Master Values coupons and special offers from Canada Dry.
Why the Raymond James Financial Group? Because we believe that stocks should be a part of nearly everyone's portfolio. But how do you determine which stocks would best complement your portfolio?
As a Raymond James healthcare analyst, I'm proud to be a part of the team whose long-term research results are ranked #1 on Wall Street. How do we stay on top? By carefully checking each drugstore chain's prescription for success. And then only recommending the select few stocks which we believe can outperform the market.
Working with quality research, we're committed to helping investors like you develop individual long-term investment and financial plans with diversified portfolios designed to achieve your goals. The Raymond James Financial Group, with 800 locations in the U.S. and abroad. For our current stock recommendations, call 800-272-0568 today and learn why so many entrust their financial well-being to us. The Raymond James Financial Group. We're concerned about you and your financial well-being.
We're about to save you a lot of money. If you're traveling to a city in the United States and stay overnight, you're probably paying too much for your hotel room. So what's the secret to getting a great deal? In tonight's Best Buy segment, we have the key. Finding a good deal at a decent hotel isn't easy, is it?
If you make a travel arrangement through a travel agent, they try to hook you up like with expensive hotel rooms.
I usually stay at friends' houses because that's the cheapest way to travel.
Okay, next to bunking in with a friend, we found 2 travel consolidators who can get you a discount of up to 65% off rack rates. Here's a sample. In New York City at the Mayflower Hotel, regular rate is $160. Hotel Reservations Network and the Room Exchange can get it for you for $99. In San Francisco at the Sir Francis Drake, regular $185, HRN $99, and Room Exchange about the same. And in the Hilton Towers in downtown LA, $149 regular, and the consolidators can get it for you for just $89. Here's how it works. You call their toll-free number, you book the room with them, you pay them, then they pay the hotel. Well, how can they get such great deals? They buy blocks of volumes way in advance and then pass their savings on to you.
Even if you're coming in last minute, even if it's New Year's Eve, even if it's the busiest time of the year, and almost every hotel in that city may be sold out, a consolidator may still have rooms because they blocked off a lot of rooms at that hotel. And not only will you get a room during a busy period, but you'll also get a great rate.
You can call the Hotel Reservations Network at 1-800-96-HOTEL. That's 1-800-96-HOTEL. Or try the Room Exchange at 1-800-846-7000. Again, it's 1-800-846-7000. Have a great trip. Save a lot of money.
That's right. And goodness.
Hey.
Well, that should be a little hint that if you're leaving your home and you want to make sure it's safe, our Gadget and Gizmo guy is here with the latest security devices, and one of them sounded like my puppies.
Just like a doggy, okay. Security gadgets, a lot of stuff came from the Daymark catalog and some other sources. The first is called Safety Viewer, and let's see, I'm going to try and hold this up here, and I'll look at the monitor and see if you can, let me see, it's sort of hard in this light. Yeah, but what it is for, it is so that, you know, you look through the normal peephole in the door and you see one eye looking back at you. Well, this is, I'm going to put it down now. This is so that you can see, this goes in the door. When you look in here, you see the entire figure of the person. And you can also see it from a foot or two back. So you don't have to go right up to the door.
That's a big help.
Yeah, that's a good idea called safety.
Because you feel very vulnerable when you're doing that.
Absolutely. I wanted this guy's gone. Now that I wanted to. He's doing it. He's doing it. The first time ever I wanted something to work on cue, and it did. Okay.
It actually jumped its cue earlier.
It's called Electronic Guard Dog. You plug this guy in. You have 40 seconds to leave the apartment. Then it arms itself. And if someone knocks on the door, it barks for 50 seconds. No walking, you don't have to use those doggy cleanup bags that we showed a couple weeks ago.
Sue, you might want to consider
this. Right. This could be a money-saving device for our household.
It's about $50, and it has a volume control, and it has a sensitivity adjustment control. And the little leaflet that came with it said to really listen to the barking through the closed door, which I did. It sounds pretty
Does it
realistic.
make a
And, you know, the old theory is that if someone hears barking inside, the crook's not going to go, is that a real dog? Is that an electronic dog? I think I'll just go someplace where there's no dog.
Yeah, exactly.
This is
That's
really,
what I'm counting on. Anyway.
Okay. This is the outdoor security light and motion sensor from First Alert. What you do is you aim the sensor any way you want, down the driveway, wherever you think people are coming, or a car. It can detect people up to 70 feet away. As they approach it, the halogen light, which is very bright, will come on and light the driveway. You can use it as just a way to come in safely at night, or you can set it so that when the light comes on, you know someone's outside. So
great.
it's really neat. This guy's about $50. And our final little guy is the whole house protector. And I'll tell you what's nice about this. First of all, it's totally self-contained, very loud alarm, turn the key, have 40 seconds to leave. If someone opens the door, breaks a window, this guy sounds off.
Is it motion then that sets it off?
It's actually, it varies the pressure in the room. If the door opens, the pressure. But a dog walking by will not set it off.
Well, that's what I was kind of good to know.
Okay,
that's what I was getting at.
Okay, very good. You're right. It's dog safe.
There's a lot of motion in our house.
Yeah, I know. 3 dogs. Thank you, Dickie D.
Thanks.
And finally, if dumb and inane billboards drive you nuts, you're not alone. Our consumer comedy expert, Judy Gold, is sick and tired of one ad in particular, and she's getting ready to let us know about it.
Look familiar? Hi, I'm Judy Gold. This is your golden moment. How many times have you been driving home and you see the sign, if you lived here, you'd be home by now? Duh! Thanks for that information. I've always wanted to live on a highway. You know, I wanted the view of traffic. I want to raise my kids so that they can run out to play on a highway. There's some good things about it. If you ever want to plant some plants, you never have to worry about them again. And of course, if you want to commit suicide, just breathe in the air. I'm going to ask some people what they think. Hi, how are you?
All right, man. How are you?
Good, thanks. Did you know that if you lived here, you'd be home by now?
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever seen that sign before?
No.
Okay, well then you're a really big help. Did you know if you lived here, you'd be home by now?
If I lived here, I would be home by now?
Yes. Did you know that?
No.
If I lived here, I'd be home by now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you got an accent. Where are you from?
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
No, I didn't know that.
Well, I just wanted to inform you. Did you know that if you lived here, you'd be home by now?
Okay. What, are you out of your mind?
Yeah, okay, I guess I am. Listen, did you know that if you lived here, you'd be home by now?
Yeah, no matter where you go, there you are.
Well, here I am, relaxing at home, looking through catalogs, my favorite thing to do. So good to know that I'm home now. Oh, phone call. Hello? Hey, why don't you come over? Great. You'll know where it is. It says, if you lived here, you'd be home by now. Yeah. All right, I'll see you there. Thanks. I'm Judy Gold.
That's all the time we have for this evening. I'm Sue Herrera.
And I'm Janice Lieberman. Join us again next week for more of CNBC's Money Tonight. Have a wonderful weekend. Happy holidays.
Good night.
This is a CNBC News Break. I'm Steve Gendell. A jury in Los Angeles finds Heidi Fleiss guilty of running a call girl ring. The so-called Hollywood madam slammed her hands down on the table when the verdicts were read. She faces anywhere from 3 to 8 years in prison. In Pensacola, Florida, the man convicted of killing an abortion doctor and his escort has been sentenced to life in prison. But Paul Hill may still get the death penalty. Today's sentencing covers only the federal, not the state, charges against him. General Motors agrees to pay up to stop a federal recall of its pickup trucks. GM says it will spend more than $51 million on research and safety programs. Critics say GM's pickups with side-mounted gas tanks are a fire hazard. In business, the Dow closes up over 44 points. And look at this. In New York, marking a holiday tradition, the 80-foot tree at Rockefeller Center is lit, signaling the start of the giving season for New Yorkers. More Newsbreak in 30 minutes.
Next, the hottest stars and conversation Cavett style, The Dick Cavett Show. Then it's never politics as usual on equal time with Mary Matalin and exciting guests.
People
people are much more satisfied than they have been in the past. Now with quality care standards, we have some guidelines to follow. This is what the customers want. They want to have their appointment within a day. They want to have their car fixed right the first time. This is them speaking. Anything we can do to make it better. It's not just meeting the standards that people are setting for us, but exceeding them. Something we're doing is working.
Quality care people, quality care standards at your Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealer.
Have you noticed that more and more people each year are going into the office less and less? In fact, this year, 40 million Americans will be going home to work in their own home offices. And for all these home professionals, Hewlett-Packard has now created the Office Jet. It's a printer, a fax machine, and a copier all in one. And it's so affordable and so complete. All you need is an HP Office Jet, and you're in business.
Tonight.
He's a rose that could be a thorn in the side of the Democratic leadership. Congressman Charlie Rose of North Carolina, tonight.
Worst rating, NC-17, banning kids under 17, but it wound up rated R.
Hey, I have a responsibility here. I can't have everybody grabbing free drinks.
Responsibility? What responsibility? You're closing a store to play hockey. He's blunt, but he's got a point.
But with its dead-on dialogue and deadpan humor, Clerks won awards at the Cannes and Sundance film festivals. Sundance creator Robert Redford.
It's funky and strange and full of that wonderful eccentricity, but it's real.
And real cheap, shot on the graveyard shift in 21 days at a cost of
$27,575.
Compare that to True Lies, budget $118 million. Smith's money would have gone this far.
Pocket change to Tinseltown was big bucks to Smith, who maxed out 4 credit cards. New Jersey locals performed for free and a shot at leaving their day jobs.
My next guest works in the mailroom at AT&T.
People know my name now. It's not mailboy. Can you take this?
Jeff Anderson hopes Clerks will be his ticket from zip code 07716 to 90210.
You hate people, but I love gatherings. Isn't it ironic?
Clerks has earned more than $1 million. But what happens next?
Hollywood is kind of like, it's like the River Wild. It's this bumpy boat ride, and some people fall out and some people don't.
Kevin Smith plans to stick with what he knows and calls his next feature Mall Rats, Clerks in a Mall. Sarah James, NBC News, Red Bank, New Jersey.
That should be a good one. Clerks in the Mall.
Yeah, I think we're going to see this.
You should shoot it at the holiday season because there's probably some interesting conversation going on there.
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of the holiday, we're going to talk about holiday shopping by mail order. Great gifts for last-minute shoppers, and you know who you are out there.
That's right, you know that. And a look at shopping the old-fashioned way when Money Tonight continues.
This is CNBC.
Sure, Gold MasterCard has at least a $5,000 credit line, so you can buy all kinds of things, but you can't buy time. Well, I don't know. You could buy plane tickets and fly across 5 time zones, and it'll be even earlier than when you left. You could even go to Switzerland, and that's a great place to buy time. But wherever you go, you won't have to waste your time looking for a great exchange rate, because with MasterCard, a great exchange rate is exactly what you'll get. So I guess Gold MasterCard really can buy you time. Just remember to set your watch back. Watch back. Now, how's that for a useful card? Gold MasterCard. It's more than a gold card. It's smart money.
Hello?
Good morning, Mr. Moss.
Jeff.
I see on the tape that the analysts have upgraded your stock. I'll fax you the report.
Terrific, Jeff. Thanks. That's my Schwab 500 broker. By keeping me up on the latest news, he gives me the edge in the market that I've always wanted.
Active investors are a unique group with special needs. That's why we created a whole new brokerage just for them. It's called Schwab 500.
For me to make money, I've got to be on top of the market. Schwab 500 helps me do that.
Active investors need critical information. Schwab 500 helps them keep up with today's fast-changing markets.
With Schwab 500, I get fast-breaking news, research reports, and other financial information free.
And with Schwab 500, active investors can save thousands of dollars on commissions beyond our regular low rates.
So if you make 4 or more trades a month, get the edge you've always wanted. Call the new Schwab 500 brokerage at 1-800-4500 now.
I wouldn't trade anywhere else.
Do you know which types of mutual funds are performing best right now? Get the answers when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Call now and you'll also get a free guide to understanding money and investing. It focuses on the risks and the rewards of investments. Get your guide free when you subscribe to the Wall Street Journal. Get 10 weeks of the journal for just $36 and the guide free with your paid subscription. Call toll-free 800-845-6006. That's 800-845-6006.
Time Life Music presents Piano by Candlelight. Over 40 of today's most relaxing hits. Here's how to order.
To order Piano by Candlelight, use your credit card and call 1-800-253-2300 or send $19.99 for 3 cassettes or $24.99 for 2 CDs, plus $4 shipping and handling to Piano by Candlelight, P.O. Box 4260, Omaha, Nebraska.
For shoppers who like to avoid the traffic and the crush, our gadget and gizmo guy, Dick DeBartolo of Mad Magazine, has brought along some great stocking stuffers or belated Hanukkah gifts. They're all available through mail order, and I do a lot of mail order, so my little ears are perking up here.
Some fun stuff from the Neiman Marcus catalog, the Hemeke Schlemme catalog,
and
the Sharper Image catalog, and even the Nature Company, but we don't have their catalog. The first guy is the talking picture frame alarm clock.
I love this.
That's a great idea.
Now, we had this about a year ago where you could put in a photo and record your own voice. Now they added an alarm clock. So in the morning, you can either have an alarm go off or you can have a voice.
It's time to get up and face the day.
That's a great idea.
Roll over and sleep for another hour.
So you put in your own message, and of course, if you put a picture of your loved one, you can. I'm totally electronic here.
That's you.
Everything is beeping. That's not. So you can record the message over and over on a little chip. It's $25.
This is great.
I got this today. I am dying to try this. From the Hemeke Schlemme catalog, it's called the Natural Wake Up Alarm. A half hour before you get up, this light starts to glow until it fills the room with light.
Oh, boy.
Oh, you don't think that's I think that's great.
You should see Sheila's face.
No, I pulled the covers over my head.
No, I think it's a great. And then when it's fully bright, then the regular alarm goes off. Oh, I think it's a great idea because
do you need the shock value? You need to be bolted out of bed.
Natural light alarm clock. I like it. Okay, I'll report on. It's $100 from
do a little test run and see what you think.
This is really neat from the Nature Company catalog. When I used to hike in the woods, I would have killed for this. Remember what you had to do? You had to shine the flashlight in front, then shine it down. This is the double header flashlight. Okay, there's a beam forward, and this guy is. I'm going to turn it so it's as you walk. This shines down where your feet are.
Okay, we can see that red spot there.
Yeah, and this shines ahead.
That's very clever.
Isn't that neat?
That
the
really
double
is nice.
header flashlight, and that's $25. Nature Company.
That's very reasonable too.
Yeah, it really is.
It's great.
This is great. This is from Neiman Marcus. You know, you always think that everything in their catalog is hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Well, some are.
Some are. Okay. This is really neat. It's a 4-function cube clock. Can you see the time in that? I can't quite see the monitor.
Yes, you can.
Okay. Now, you turn it 1, it changed to the date. Turn it again, it's a timer. Turn it again, it's the temperature.
Oh, jeez.
And the top of the clock tells you what each function is as you turn it around.
So in case you didn't know.
So it's really neat. It's only $40. Oh, this is also from Neiman Marcus. One of my favorites. I have a thing full of change here. Almost got mugged by 2 of the cameramen. Oh, here we go. Look at this. It not only runs automatically, it puts the coins in their little wrappers. Oh,
a little jam there.
It's only
That'll save a lot of
Isn't
time.
that neat? And then you click this little guy, little button over here, and you take the thing out in the wrapper. Okay, it's only, what is that? It is $26. And our final guy is called a Briska. This is a little guy I have, it's empty right now, but I'll just show what the interior is. It uses 20 watts of electric. You store pretzels, crackers, salt. They never get damp. They don't spoil. And it makes their life a longer life. And we ran that 800 number. It's $70. You can call the manufacturer. And some stores carry that. We have more stuff, but I'm going to be back with more shopping.
Great. We'll look forward to it.
We've got a lot of ideas here. Thanks a lot, Dick. And finally, do you remember when things were plain and simple? The corner grocery store, barbershop, and soda fountain, most of them have been replaced by strip malls and convenience stores. Craig Worth now takes a look at one of the survivors.
They became fixtures of the new suburban neighborhoods of the 20s and 30s. And today, just a few mom and pop stores survive in what's now old parts of town. This Salt Lake City store is one of them. Most of the survivors are now convenience stores on major highways, catering to those passing by. This store is unique because it is not one of those. Very few cars drive by. It is still a true neighborhood store where most walk in from nearby houses. Many are in no hurry to leave. It's a place to look at newspapers and magazines and chat about the weather. It has mustard and peanuts, bullseye barbecue sauce, and candy. That's just what a store should have. But the business secret for survival is that it also has clerks such as Rose. Owner Steve Regan says he can't train clerks such as supermarkets can or pay them as much. You have to really look for the perfect clerk and one from the neighborhood who knows the neighborhood.
Got to have good help. The help will make or break you.
Here comes Jerry.
Hey.
Oh. Hey, Jerry. Hello, baby.
You can't compete with supermarkets in selection, but you can beat them with personality.
People will come into the store more to come visit than actually to buy something.
And Rose has her Christmas tree here again for the 6th year. Customers will bring in the ornaments.
Hey, you and your sister should bring decorations for the tree.
You have to be the place where you know most magazines will be read long before they are purchased, or where kids can reach the gumball machines with no problem. To be a place where people come. And yes, he will be back tomorrow.
Bye, Danny.
Well, I used to see these kinds of places up and down the streets throughout America. Type of place you'd stop by after school. Pick up a Hershey bar, some milk, some baseball cards, just hang around. Craig Worth for Money Tonight.
And that's all the time we have for now.
But next week is Collectibles Week. Find out how much the toys and magazines your mother threw out would have been worth today. No offense, Mom. Have a great weekend. I'm Sheila Steinbeck.
And I'm Sue Herrera. We'll see you Monday for CNBC's Money Tonight.
This is CNBC.
I like to treat people the way I like to be treated myself. If you don't like waiting for a service advisor to come wait on you, if you don't like waiting on the phone for an answer or a charge on your bill because nobody told you about it, treat the customers like they were you out there standing on the service drive. For quality care standards, make it easier on the customer here by taking care of them and doing it right. Get your car in here and I'll have to show you.
Quality care people, quality care standards at your Ford and Lincoln Mercury dealer.
How will you know when the right insurance company comes along? Will it be the one who claims to see the farthest? Will it be the one who says they care the most? Or will it be the one with the knowledge you can depend on for group life, health, and long-term disability protection? Fortis, a $100 billion world leader providing solid answers for a changing world.
Tonight on Rivera Live, the final jurors have been selected. Find out about the jury O.J. Simpson will be facing. And will the defense find a way to remove the prosecution's black DA? Then, should O.J.'s jailhouse meetings be confidential? Judge Ito has a lot of decisions to make tonight.
Next on Dick Cavett, part 1 of an exclusive interview with Easy Rider Dennis Hopper.
How about this one?
Find out what he and Ollie North have in common.
I tried to put that, in the back burner.
That's next.
This is a CNBC News Break. I'm Sheila.